Answer. Fantastic. So yeah, so you please ensure that you are participating so that you can remember everything we're doing today. So we are going to have a practical masterclass. We are also going to have current and current students come talk to us about their experience. So I'm really happy and excited. So fantastic. Some of us said this is our first time in Tenalytics. So now I'm going to do a brief introduction of who Tenalytics is. Yes. So Tenalytics is a cutting-edge educational technology firm that is dedicated to reducing the barrier for Africans in tech. Now, when people hear tech, we believe that, oh, it's only social media. You know, tech is technology. So, and technology is imbibed into every single thing we do. The way we cook has changed. The way the kind of TV we watch has changed. This is not the same TV, the same television that you use while you watch when you're growing up. So everything around us has changed. So it's about how can you control the technology that you use? And not only is this interacting our day-to-day life, it's also interacting with our business life, right? And companies are interested in people that have these tech skills, these technical skills, these technological skills, right? And Tenalytics is saying to Africans, home, abroad, wherever you are, we want you to enter this space. We want you to enter this space. I'm the only African in my organization. There are so many of us, we are the only Africans there. And we're saying, you can enter this space, right? And Tenalytics has dedicated itself to identifying different career paths, right, that we believe that will help you achieve this goal of entering the tech space, because they are easy to learn, easy to transition, and the pay is good, right? And this is business analysis, data analytics, full stack data science, data engineering, HR analytics, financial analytics, and power platform. And you are here in the financial analytics masterclass. Woo, 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 woo. Right? And one thing about Tenalytics is that we offer the best of the best, right? We have facilitators, just like myself, who have had years of experience utilizing these tools, and we want to dedicate ourselves to encouraging people to come into this space, right? So that's just an overview of Tenalytics. And for those of us who don't know who founded Tenalytics, we have Adeza Suleiman and Ifemena Ipo, who are the co-founders of Tenalytics. They have dedicated the past 3 years, right, to increase the number of Africans in this tech space, right? Now, just to show you a few of our impacts and features last year and this year so far, right? Last year, we helped over 300 people transition from the classroom to their first tech job. Now, when people come to Tenalytics for different reasons. People come to Tenalytics to upskill themselves. Maybe I've had people tell me, oh, Nene, I just got a job, you know, I bubbled my way into getting the job, but now I've gotten the job and I see, Nene, I can't do this job and I don't want them to find out. I need to upskill myself. I don't want to lose this job, right? So have people say, okay, I need to upskill myself. Nene, I'm actually vying for a promotion, and in order for me to get this promotion, I need to sell myself as having more skills than I currently have. So different reasons, right, why people come to Tenalytics. Now, we've also had people who say, Nene, see, I'm not even in this line. I don't have a career path that is related to anything I can utilize tech in, right? So they come to Tenalytics to transition. People that are care workers, people that are teachers, people that are farmers. We've had all sorts of people inside the classroom. So people who have transitioned from the classroom to their first ever job in tech. So last year we helped over 300 people transition, right? And we are featured in a couple of dailies, Business Day, Nairametrics, Punch newspaper. We also organize hackathons regularly. We actually just had a hackathon. I think last weekend, we had our alumni and student hackathon, and we had like fantastic presentations. If you were there, fantastic. If you were not there, go on YouTube and watch the recordings. Fantastic. So, yeah, like I said, the hackathon. We also we had PR Fire talking about our interactions, our dedication to increasing the number of Africans in the tech space in Europe, right, across the world. So Tenalytics is right now really in Africa market, Europe market, North America, and Asia, but we are majorly Europe, Africa, and North America. right? So we also, I think, I don't know if anyone heard about our Women in Tech Scholarship. We had over 300 women, I think 321 women, 50% discount on all our courses, and that was March, right? So that's 10 analytics. Now, why are we here? We are here about financial analytics. We're here about financial analytics, right? What is financial analytics? Now, we hear data. Data is new oil. Data is new this. They say orange is new black. Data is new oil. This is the new this. Don't worry. When we hear all of these things, it's about how can you interact or relate these things to your day-to-day life. Because when we hear data is new oil, it sounds like such a far-fetched terminology that we can't really relate to it. Right? But we are seeing in analytics that no, data is not like that. Data is something that you can relate to in your day-to-day life, in your business life, in your career, anything you are. And one of the programs that we have spoken about is financial analytics. Now, financial analytics is talking about the tools for finance professionals to help you be that strategic finance professional, right? Being strategic means that you are very relevant in decision making because you understand how to use these technical tools to identify insight from the financial data, right? We get financial data every single day. In fact, we get data every single day. How many transactions have you had today? For those of us who use mobile banking, right? You've had all sorts of transactions. So literally that is data. Right now on this call, Zoom is calculating data, right? Everything data, and even you are getting this knowledge is still data, right? So financial analytics is talking about that strategic finance professional that is able to learn these tools, not just learn it. It's not about learning, but being able to utilize these tools to help steer the direction of your company, whether you're working for the company, you own the company, you're partnering with the company, whatever it may be, help steer the direction to help achieve the financial targets of the firm, right? So it's about utilizing these tools to analyze financial data. And the honest truth is that people with these skills, people with this skill set are going to replace people that do not have these skills. They say, oh, technology, AI, technology is coming to take away our jobs. No, technology is not taking away your job. It's people who have this skill set that will take the jobs from those who don't have this skill set. Are we together? My people, are we together? Only one person respond to me. Me, I told you.
Yes, we are.
Aha, fantastic.
Yes, we are.
Oh, I love the chat room. Keep it going. Fantastic. So like I said, financial analytics is all about you being able to use these technical tools, right, to be that strategic finance professional, being able to analyze this data, being able to extract insights, right? So as I promised, we're going to have a very practical masterclass, something very easy going, right? So for those of us, how many of us have access to our Excel? If you have access to Excel, just type Excel in the chat room. If you don't have access to Excel, say here. If you have access to Excel, type Excel. If you don't have access to Excel, type here. Now, what I'm going to do is for Excel 2019 above, right? It's for Excel 2019 above, right? So if you have your Excel, open it up. What we're going to do is we're going to just, I think this is May, right? A couple of banks just released their annual reports, right? And I'm sure everybody here, at least most people in Africa, right, you know about GTB, Access, Zenith, those of us in Nigeria. So what we're going to do, I'm using this conversation to give you time to boot your system, right? So please boot your system, right? Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at GTB's annual report. What we're going to do is we're going to look at GTB's annual report and just look at some insights. What's going on with GTB's financial statements? What's going on with GTB's financials? And we're just going to do that within the next couple of minutes, maybe an hour tops, right? So yeah. So I have a blank Excel sheet here. So what we are going to do is to go on our Google. I have my Google. I've not done anything spectacular. Please note that whatever I'm doing, right, I'm going to do everything 2 times. I'm going to do every single thing 2 times. If you have an issue, do not distract the class. All you have to do is to raise up your hand. My chat room is open. My participant list is open. I will respond to you. The worst that will happen is I might say, okay, let me finish my conversation before I respond to you, but I will respond to you. So please do not distract the class. Do not unmute yourself and distract my train of thoughts, right? Flow with the class. If you have questions, I will respond. Raise up your hand and raise up your hand or type your question in the chat room. I will respond. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to mute everybody. I'm going to mute everybody now. So if you have questions, right, please raise up your hand. I will ask you to unmute. When I ask questions, are you together? Are you with me? Please type in the chat room. I want to make sure everybody is carried along. Fantastic. So now we're going to just Google GTB annual report. It's already there. So just search GTB annual report, right? And it will take you to, it will take you to GTB website. Click on annual report, right? This is the 2022 annual report. This is what we're interested in. You click on it. Now, when you click on it, it takes you to another page which has the annual report, right? So what we want to do is to use a special function within Excel. That is the ETL function of Excel. That's using Power Query. What does ETL mean? Has anybody heard of the ETL function before? Now I love a participatory class. Can type in the chat room. Has anybody heard of the ETL function before? Okay, fantastic. That's why you're here. That's why you're with analytics, right? He will tell you these things. So the ETL function stands for extract, transform, and load. Extract, transform, and load, meaning that you are going to send Excel on an errand. Excel has a language. Excel doesn't understand this English that we are speaking to each other. So you must learn Excel's language. You must learn how to instruct Excel. So the ETL function of Excel says that Excel, I want you to go to where this data is, extract the data, we might transform the loop, transform one or two things, and load it within the Excel interface. Extract, transform, and load. Do we now understand the ETL function of Excel? I need to see your yes or no in the chat room. Okay, fantastic. Aha. Oh, my people, we are on fire. So what we're going to do is that when you do things like this, remember you are directing Excel. You are directing Excel, right? You are telling Excel what to do. So you yourself, you cannot be confused. So when you open up your document like this or whatever you are looking at, you will need to confirm where you are, what data you are looking for. So now, like I said, we want to know what's going on with Excel, with GTB, right? So what we want to do is to understand how the different segments within GTB, where does GTB make the most money from? What's going on with the different segments, the different subdivisions within GTB? Now, in accordance with some accounting standards, companies that have different kinds of business units must disclose their different business units. You must disclose it. And we call this operating segments. So if you check things like you check UAC, check Nigerian breweries, check First Bank, check GTB, you see that they have operating segments. That shows that the different business units within the business, right? So I'm going to Control F and I'm going to type operating segment. Operating segment. Now I'm going to do next, 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 next. And now we are here. Now look at this. For us to read this, can you see that my head is turning? I did like this. Excel doesn't even know that we are turning our head. But I'll show you how to talk to Excel. So you can see that this is operating segment for December 2022. So I'm going to copy this link now, and I'm going to paste it in the chat room. I'm going to paste it in the chat room. Now everybody should have access to this link. Everybody should have access to this link. So now, what I'm going to now do is to go back here and now go to data. Did someone mark something on my screen? Because I'm wondering where this came from. Okay, I've removed it. Okay, yeah. So you're going to go to data. This is a blank Excel interface. The only thing I just named the document, right? I tell my participants that for me, the three most important tabs in Excel are home, data, and view. Insert is actually important, but insert is a giveaway. Right? You know, you want to insert something, go to insert, right? But if you're not careful, you will miss out some of the fantastic actions home has to offer. You can also miss out on the fantastic actions data has to offer, and also view. So everything is important, but for me, I use the most home, data, and view. Are we together? Are we together, my people? Are we together? I need you. Are we together? Mukhtar, why do you say no? Why do you say no? Quickly, quickly. I've not done, you say you're behind. I've not done anything. If you're just coming, don't worry. I got you. Don't be worried. The only thing I have done is I have gone online, gone to GTB's annual report, located the page I'm looking for. Then so you don't even need to locate the page. You can just copy this first of all. You can copy this, but for me, I like to know what I'm doing before I go and tell Excel what to do. So I first of all located the page 214. It is this page you're interested in. Fortunately for us, this page, this number and this number are the same thing, but we are not interested in this number at the bottom. What you're interested in is this number at the top. So I've pasted the link again. Everybody, that's the link. So if you're just joining, I've not done anything. So open your blank Excel. Now I'm starting to do something. Click on data. Now, under data, now when you open your Excel, you'll be on home. You have to hover your mouse to data and click data. Then you see get and transform data. Get and transform data. Now you are going to say from web. Now to do this, your laptop has to be connected to the internet because you're extracting from web. However, you can download the PDF and use the data to also do it. So you have different options. You can get data from anything, right? So you can get data from text, from table format, another Excel sheet itself. So after this masterclass, I want you to just play with this get and transform data and find out what's going on here. What is this get and what are the things I can tell Excel to extract from? I can tell Excel to extract from a Word document, from a PDF, from the web, from a picture, from everything, from a CSV, from everything. But today, what we are going to do is to extract data from the web. From the web. Are we together? So click on from web. And when you click on from web, Excel will give you this pop-up. Can you see this pop-up? Can you see this pop-up? Okay, fantastic. Now you can see the pop-up. You just click on this. Now I've copied the website and do Control V. I press OK. So Control C to copy. You click on it and Control V. And Excel will ask you, do you want me to connect to the web? You say yes. You say connect. And it will take a second to load. And when it's loading, Excel is going to come out in what we call Power Query. So that ETL function is a function that works in Excel through Power Query, right? Like I said, this is, I think, 2019 upwards, right? So it's going to take a second it's going to take a second to load. If yours has loaded, type loaded. If yours is loading, type loading. If you are with me, you're not practicing, you're just listening to me, type here. I need to see. Loading, loaded, and here. If you are here, there is no problem. There is no problem. Like I said, listening is also important, right? Because you need to understand what I have done. Then when this is recorded, we'll send the recordings to you, right? We'll send the recordings to you and you are able to practice it. You can practice on someone's system. You can practice it on your friend's system, or your system, your work laptop, anything, right? So it's okay if you're just here. Fantastic. iPhone, why are you not following? What's going on? Are you just joining? I've not done anything. So all I did was to click on from web. For Adiola, click on from web. Excel will give you a pop-up. The link, I sent a link. Paste this link in Excel in that pop-up when you click on from web and press connect. Excel will load and bring you to this place. So if yours has loaded, like mine has loaded, type loaded in the chat room. If it's still loading, type loading. iPhone, you said you are not here. What's going on? Have you loaded? Loading. I'm going to give you just 1 minute. If it doesn't load, I'm going to move on so I can move on. So I'm just going to give everybody just 1 minute. So if you are just joining, what we are doing is using the ETL function of Excel to extract GTB's annual report, extract the data, transform it, load it, and we'll carry out our analysis, right? So, fantastic. Are we together? This is the data set. You can practice after. So I've explained, so I'm moving on. So now, well, let's go back to the website, right? We know that this page is what page 214. Please note, fortunately for us, these two pages are the same thing. However, if this number and this number are different, right? If this number and this number are different, focus on this number. Now, someone said that your interface is not like mine. It's okay. Your interface might not be like mine, right? Funny thing is exactly the same Excel subscription, Microsoft subscription I have. However, my previous laptop, the interface was clearly different from this interface. So it is fine for you to have a different interface, but you see the table 1, 2, 3, there's no problem. All you have to do is to scroll down. Now, you're looking for table, whatever in page 214. So you're not focused on the table number, you're focused on the page number. So scroll down. So for you, if you are using my kind of interface, right, it will take all the tables to the top. However, if you're using my previous laptop's interface, it will align everything based on page number. So just scroll down to where you see page 214. Scroll down to where you see page 214. Scroll down to where you see page 214. Now, your table could be table 415. It could be table 455. It could be table 649. It could be table whatever. But you are interested in the table with page 214. Is that fine? Are we together? Type together if we are together. Together. I need more together. I need more together. Fantastic. So I didn't scroll down too much. I'm like almost halfway. You might need to scroll down more to get to get to that page 214. So it is table whatever in page 214. So now you can click it. Now for this interface, you can click to see whether that's what you're interested in. However, my previous interface, if you click on it, you have clicked on it. Yes, you have to reload it. So fortunately with this, you can see what you're doing. So I'm clicking on this and I'm going to click transform data. Now remember, we have thought Excel has gone to the website, extracted this data, and now we can see the data. So we want to transform it. So I'm going to click transform and it's going to load again. It's going to load again. It's going to load again. So if you are here, click transform. If yours has loaded, if you're just logging in, just listen. You can't go back. We are not going back. If you're logging in, just listen. You get the recording, you can practice. So just listen. Listening is also important, right? So if you are here, please type loaded. If you have this pop-up, type loaded, right? So now let's go back to our PDF. Now, if you look at it, you and I, know that if we're looking at this page, to understand this data here, we should do what? Turn our head. We need to turn our head because we know that you and I know that it starts from the bottom. But Excel doesn't know that. Excel thinks that this is one column, this is another column, this is a row. And that's why when you go to the Excel, you see total. Can we see this? Type yes if you can see what I'm saying. You see total. So it's showing total continuing business, public sector. It's taking it like this. It's taking it row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So Excel is taking it like this, row 1, row 2, row 3. Meanwhile, you and I know that we should turn our head. Excel doesn't know that. So you will need to tell Excel what to do. So you can see why it is very important for you to understand how Excel interacts. It is important for you to speak Excel's language. And that's something that we are very, very key on at Analytics. Being able to speak the language of your various technical tools that you'll be using. So clicking on the Excel, right, I have this. Now, I know that this is not how the data should look like. So what I'm going to go do is click on transform. So before it was on home, I'm now going to click on transform. So if you're working with your laptop, click on transform. If you're not working with your laptop, there's no problem. Just listen, understand it, grab it. In your office, you can use it at any time, right? So now we're going to do what? We're going to reverse rows. We're going to do two things. We're going to, first of all, we're going to reverse rows. Why are we reversing rows? One thing I love about Excel is that Excel will always guide you. It's just that sometimes we might be stubborn not to listen to Excel's guide, or we just take it as nothing. But look at this. When I hover my mouse over this reverse row, look at what Excel says. Invert this table such that the last rows are displayed first. You and I know that when we are reading this thing, this is not the top. You and I know that this is the bottom. And if we want to read it, what should we do? We should turn our head to the right because we are reading it from the bottom. So the first thing we are going to do is to reverse rows. So I'm going to click reverse rows and look at this. Everybody, your steps should be like this. The moment I click reverse rows, that step that I have done comes here. So Excel is telling me the different steps I have taken alongside transforming or analyzing this data. So I'm going to click on reverse rows. Click. Now, can you see that this total that was at the bottom, or that was at the top, has come to the bottom, and now it's not in thousands of naira that is at the top, and it's showing me reversed rows. Can we see that? I need your yeses in the chat room. I need your yeses in the chat room. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh, my people, we are on fire. I love the way the chat room is buzzing with yes. Fantastic. So now, the next thing we are going to look at is, look at this data. We know that the column header is corporate banking, retail banking, business banking, commercial banking, SME banking, public sector banking. You know that? Meanwhile, when we come here, the column header is revenue, this, that. So that means there's something we need to do. So we're going to go here and click on transpose. But before you click on it, hover your mouse around it, and Excel will tell you what transpose is about. Transpose this table such that rows become columns and columns become rows. So I'm going to click transpose. And when I click transpose, it shows here transpose tables after reverse rows. And now the revenue that was by the top has now come to the left, and the column corporate, retail banking, everything, by opening very well, you see it. Right? So now this Excel, this data looks like what we would have been looking at if we looked at this report and turned our head. Can you see that? So if we turned our head, we'll be seeing revenue, all of them at the right. I will be seeing corporate, retail, all of them at the top. Can you see that now our Excel looks like our PDF? Can we see that? Hello. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So now that we have done this, the last thing we are going to do is to use first row as header, because now this data doesn't have a header, and it is very important. It is very important for you to be able to have a header. it is important for you to have a header so that Excel knows what you are looking for in our next step, right? So I'm going to click use first row as header. Click on it. So now we have in thousands of naira. That one is not important. We have corporate as header, retail as header, business as header, commercial as header, SME banking as header, public sector as header. Now we are good to go. Will all data be like this? No, it's not all data that looks like this, but I just used a generic data that everybody should be able to have access to, which is an annual report. So those are the things that you talk about how to clean data, how to analyze data, how to structure your data. Now, null means that there's nothing inside it. So now we are going to go to home and say close and load. So what we have done is that we told Excel, go to that website, extract the data. Excel extracted the whole of GTB 2020 data inside here. We clicked on the page or the table that we're interested in. We clicked on it. We told Excel, transform the data. We instructed Excel on the kind of transformation that should be done. And now that we are done, the last thing we're going to do is to what? Load. ETL. Extract, transform, and load. So click, close, and load. If you are with me, type here. If it is loading, type loading. If it is loaded, type loaded. Loading, loading. Hey, loading, loading. Extract, transform, and load. Transform. ETL, extract, transform, and load. So it's still loading. Mine is still loading. ETL, yes. Ooh, loading. Are we good up to here? Does anybody have a question? If you have a question, you can please raise up your hand. I'm always here for you. So if you have a question, please raise up your hand. I will respond to you. You can raise up your hand or type your question in the chat room. Nobody has a question. That means we are together. Hello, are we together? Adnan, please go ahead or mute yourself.
Yeah, hello. My question is, you see, when we were loading the data, I mean, when we were I don't know, when we were bringing the data from the report, right, to Excel, what we did was that we used a link, right? But in a situation where you have downloaded the the report in PDF, how would you go about it?
Okay, fantastic. So, like I said, if you go to data, right? So my version of Excel is paid, right? But I don't know why it never gives me PDF. But you should. Okay, it's actually giving me. It sometimes it doesn't, but from PDF. So can you see that? So I did from web, but you don't have to do from web. So you can get data from file, PDF, text, another. You can extract Excel from another Excel file. You can extract from text as Word documents, anything, right? So like I said, after this masterclass, everybody please play around this and find out what are the different things you can use. We just use one of the many functions of Excel, of the data function, just one, which is from web. Is that fine, Adnan?
Yes, that's fine. It just happened that not every Excel gives you that feature, so
yes,
I understand.
Every time. So if it doesn't give you that, all you have to do is use from text or CSV. And when you click on from text, instead of text file, you click on all files. So it will show you every single thing. Then you can now click on the PDF.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
You're welcome. So people are asking for the data set. Yes, this data this meeting is recorded, and I'm going to mute everybody back, sorry. This meeting is recorded and you will get the recordings, but just for people asking, I'm going to share the link. If you're just joining us, unfortunately. So Oluwakemi, I think your Excel, you have an issue with your Excel. Yeah, I think your Excel Power Query can't load it. I don't know why, but I think it happens to your Excel. So don't worry, just flow with the rest of the class and you can practice the different Excel version. Please, everybody, it's important for you to fill the attendance. Filling the attendance is the sure way that you'll be able to get the recordings as well as the Excel sheet. And I'm going to share with you my own Excel file. So my team is going to share this with only people who have filled the attendance. Please share again the attendance link. I'm going to give 1 minute for everyone to, I'm going to give 1 minute for everyone to please fill that form. That is the only way that you will get access to everything we've done today, because we don't know who is in class, right? So if you have issues, do not fret. My people, do like this. Don't be upset. Don't let it distract you. If you have issues with your Excel, put your Excel on one side and focus on the class. Focus on the class. You will get the recordings, you get everything. You will be able to practice with another person's Excel for this. So can't believe you said that you can't see reverse rows. You can, there's reverse rows. Moses, what's your question? I can't see your question. Moses, what's your question? Yeah, Moses, go ahead quickly. I've allowed you to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. Please, I got stuck, though I've been listening after that point, at the point of when you try to identify the page where you have the table. I found the page 214.
That is
I got stuck here.
Okay, this is page 214. I said page 214. We have done other things after that, so we can't go back. We have transformed. We have.
Okay. No problem. I will just wait for the recording.
So just listen. No, yeah, you just listen. You can go back to the recording. So page 214. Just to
thank you so much.
It again. You are not focusing on this page. You are focusing on this page. You are just fortunate that these two page numbers are the same thing. In a situation where this is showing 212 and this is showing 214, please stick with this page number. Okay, I'm going to go back to muting everybody. Sorry. I'm going to go back to muting everybody and we're moving on. So, yeah, fantastic. So now we have this data, but look at something. Excel has extracted this data. Doesn't mean that Excel recognizes this data as it should be recognized. For those of us who use Excel regularly, you know that Excel moves letters to the left and Excel moves numbers to the right. Now, if you look at this, this is to the left, this is to the right. Excel takes this as a number, right? Excel does not take this as a number. Don't write on my screen, please. Oh, okay. Let me zoom in so you can see. So please don't write on my screen so that you don't distract me or anybody. Let me just clean this. Okay, fantastic. So Excel recognizes this as a number, but Excel doesn't recognize this as a number. And to prove to you that Excel doesn't recognize this as a number, I'm going to double click inside this. Excuse me, and you see what happens. I'm going to double click, and the moment I press enter, it moves to the right. Excel recognizes that as a number. So you can't be doing one by one each cell. So I'm going to show you how you can tell Excel to enter the cell and check what it is and recognize it appropriately. So you're not going to tell Excel, hey, this one is a number, that one is a letter. You're going to tell Excel, go into this data and find out what it is, right? However, this function works column by column. So if you highlight 5 columns and say Excel, go into it, it's not going to work. It's going to tell you error. Remember, it's about speaking Excel's language, instructing Excel in the best way possible. So I'm going to highlight this column and go to data and click on text to columns, right? So now it's text columns means that Excel should go inside each column and extract the text, whether it is text, whether it is alphabet, whether it is numbers, recognize it properly. So I'm going to click on text to column. So I'm going to do this again. Highlight the column. If you highlight 3 columns, it's not going to work. You can try it. Excel will give you error code, right? So highlight the column by clicking this arrow. Let the arrow show down arrow. Click on it. Go to data, the same data where you have get and transform data. You go to text to columns. Click on text to columns and ensure that it is delimited and press finish. And immediately I did that, all the values moved to the right. So I'm going to do that for all the columns. Everybody, please do that for yours. delimited, ensure it's delimited. It should be delimited, but just ensure it is delimited. Delimited, finish. Delimited, finish. Text to column, delimited, finish. Text column, delimited, finish. How do we remove brackets from the numbers? I'm not removing the brackets. Excel will enter and remove the brackets. And it's not that it's not necessarily removing the brackets, but it's recognizing negative in a different way. It still knows that it's a negative value. So text to columns, delimited, finish. Text to columns, delimited, finish. Are we good to go now? Are we good to go? Have you done this? Are we good to go? Please, I need your responses in the chat room. Yes, the bracket is to tell negative value. I'm wondering why this didn't reach. But we don't need it, but I'm wondering why it didn't reach. Okay, this didn't read because it's extracted with a space. So alphanumeric values are recognized as both as alphabets. So it wants as an alphabet, a space, right? It takes it as alphanumeric, and alphanumeric is to the left. And I'm wondering here, why did these numbers, right, move to the right? And I realized that there's a space here. So the moment I remove the space, it recognizes it appropriately. Remove the space, but you don't need those two columns actually. So the thing is, you can change the format. However, if you change the format of a text, because Excel was reading that thing as a text. So if you change the format of a text, it will still come out as a text. So you need Excel to enter those columns and identify whether it is a letter, whether it is alphanumeric, it is alphabetic, or it is numeric, or whatever is inside there. Do you understand that, Binabo? Binabo, do you understand that? Do we all understand this? My people, you're not talking to me. Oh. You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. I'm not liking this. I love interactions. Are we together? Let me allow you to unmute. Yeah. Yes, I want to get the yes. Yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. If on my side did not answer your question,
yes, because network was disturbing me. I say when you click on the data that you want to change it to, I think, where did you click? That's what I asked. When you click on data, where do you click next?
Click on data, you click text to columns. Can you see my mouse? Yeah, under data to
okay.
Text to columns. And that's where you now ensure that this is delimited and click finish. And you do it column by column. If you highlight 3 columns or 2 columns, Excel will give you error code.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
yeah,
so
hello.
Yeah, hi.
Please, what's the difference between the text to columns and formatting the whole columns and selecting accounting or missing numbers?
So like I said, Excel is not recognizing it as a number. So you can only format to accounting format a number. Excel is reading it as a letter. You understand, Adnan? Excel is reading it as a letter. Do you understand?
Okay,
So the
I
goal
guess this.
for you is to guide Excel through your data. And that's what we are doing. We are guiding Excel. Now, on a normal, if I was going to do this, I would have almost finished it, not finished by now, right? But because we're taking it step by step, that's why I'm showing you all of these things. And I'm very, very fine with your questions. That's why you're here. You're here to learn something new. You're here to learn something different. So there are times that Excel extracts this data, but does not really recognize it. Just like the way we have to transform it, that Excel doesn't know that it should turn its head. We have to tell Excel transpose and reverse and all of that. So that's the same thing. We have to tell Excel, go into each column and find out what is inside there and recognize it appropriately. I believe that's fine with every. Jerry, you have a question. I'm taking Jerry's question last and we're moving on. Jerry, go ahead with your question.
My question is on column H, row 11, that figure in brackets, how did you normalize it to show the other ones?
Let me do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. When I saw that there was a bracket, I said, what is going on, right? Because normally Excel does that. And I looked at it and I saw that this has a space. Can you see after 162 comma, there's a space before 4? Can you see that, Jerry?
Okay, yes.
The moment that space,
Yes, I can.
The moment that space entered there, it is no more a numeric value. It's alphanumeric. And Excel recognizes alphanumeric values to the left. So what I did was to go inside and remove the space. Fortunately, this doesn't happen every time. Most times Excel is accurate, but Excel is a machine. And that's why human interaction is important, because you need to direct the machine to do things properly. And that's why I said it's not technology that will replace our jobs. It's people who know how to use technology that will replace people that don't know how to use technology. Right. So can we move on? Yeah, I said
Yeah, thank you.
welcome. Miriam, I muted you, you muted yourself. What's up? Do you want to say something? Okay. So I'm muting everybody back and we're moving on. Right. Okay, so now we have our data. So basically what we have done is that this data on this page, we have extracted it in Excel without having to type everything by ourselves. Imagine how long it would have taken if you had to type this exact page. And let me tell you, I've actually done it. There was a time I was doing financial performance review. I was reviewing a company amongst its competitors, right? So I was looking at different annual reports of different companies, put them together in Excel. I was literally typing it one by one. That was years back. And I had to ask myself, Nene, there must be a simpler way around this thing. Right? This was before I found out about Power Query and all, right? So instead of you typing all of these things one by one, we have used Excel to extract the data, transform, and load the data in Excel. So now the next thing we want to do is what we call the pivot table. Has anybody heard of pivot table? Okay, please post the attendance link again. People are asking for the attendance. Please, it's important for you to fill the attendance link, right? So, Priscilla, please post the attendance link. Yeah. Yo, fantastic. My people have heard of pivot table. Oh, pivot table and pivot chart. Nobody is saying no. So that means everybody knows about pivot table and pivot chart. I should just move on as if you understand. I should not explain it plenty. Aha. So some people are saying no. I was like, why are you disguising? So don't disguise. So we are in class. Everybody's in class together. How else I should not move on? I should not do that. Oh, fantastic. So I'm here for you. Don't worry. I'm here for everybody. Even if you tell me to move on, I will not move on. I will still explain it. Right? It's important that everybody's on the same page. Okay, now, what do we want to do? We want to extract some data and provide insights about this data. Because that's it. About summarizing and providing insights. That's what makes you a strategic professional. By being strategic, you are instrumental in decision making. When you say strategy is high level, management level, right? When you are strategic, you are instrumental to decision making. You are not operational. You are not just day to day. So these are the little things that will make you a superstar. And I tell my participants, right, that Excel is the easiest way to be a superstar. Copy the link and paste it in another browser. If you have issues with the attendance link, copy the link and paste it in another browser. Excel is the easiest way to be a superstar, right? So now we're going to go to Power Pivot table. So I'm going to click on Insert. Now remember, Excel will always guide you, but sometimes we ignore Excel's guide. I'm sure some of us, we are just finding out that Excel actually tells us what everything is. It gives a summary for everything. Am I right? Some of us are just finding out. We'll just move our mouse and click on something. We never actually look at Excel's guide. All right, so now let's hover our mouse on Pivot Table. Pivot Table says what? Easily arrange and summarize complex data in a pivot table. Meaning that what? Pivot Table helps you to arrange and summarize data. So we're going to click Type Pivot Table. You're already clicking on the table, so it's easy. Because this you can see that it came out with colors. This green. It's already a table, except extracted the data as a table, right? So click on Pivot Table. It's going to ask you what is the table range. Now, if you look at this, it has highlighted the whole table. I didn't need to highlight it. However, if your Excel did not highlight everything, all you have to do is do what? Do like this. That's all you have to do. And that's all. So now Excel will ask you, choose where you want the pivot table to be placed. You can say new worksheet, or you can say existing worksheet. So I'm going to say new worksheet. And I'm going to say, okay. Now it's as we've done this, and I'll call this pivot. Right, this sheet here, I'm just going to move it to the right and call it double click. How do you rename? You double click. There are shortcuts to all this, but I'm not teaching shortcuts. Double click and type dashboard, because we're going to create a dashboard for GTB. Fantastic. So we're going to click on pivot. Now, these are pivot. Now look at what's happening here. One thing you must note is pivot, you cannot create a pivot without a header. So if there was no header here, Excel would have told you that a pivot table cannot be created. So there are some little rules, little things, just like I said, you cannot highlight more than one column. No, little things that you just need to know. Those are the secret tips to using Excel. And that's why your colleague will be saying, I've been trying to create pivots. And you just come like one badass superstar and just maybe write one header here and just create pivot. And bam, you have created pivot. You're like, what did you do? How did you do it? I tell you, Excel is the easiest way to be a superstar, because people say they know how to use Excel, but they do not use Excel. So little things can make you shine. So don't play with Excel. Okay, moving back to this. So what do we want to do? Let's look at our data. We're not going to pick like maybe 3, 4, 5 data points. We're going to do a very simple dashboard. We're not stressing anybody, right? Are we together? Can I move on? I need to see yes, no, maybe, yes. I want to see yes in the chat room. It's actually yes I'm looking for. Yo, fantastic. I need to, I love the way those yeses just came. Fantastic. Okay, so now what do we want to look at? I think total net operating income is something we should know. Net operating income is good to know. Total cost and profit before tax, right? So we can say we're interested in noting the net operating income. Can see, so this is the total of all of this. This is total revenue, interest expense, right? So net operating income is like your gross profit, kind of. Excuse me. Net operating income, you can take total revenue, but we'll just take net operating income, total cost and profit before income tax, right? We'll take these three. Then we'll also come here. We can take, do we need total assets? I'm not sure about total assets. I'm not sure if we want to look at total assets. We can take total assets, right? We can actually take total assets. We can also take, total assets. We can also take loans and advances to customers and deposits from customers. I think those are the major metrics that you use for banks, right? Can you hear me? I think we've identified like major metrics, right? Delo Kijao. I didn't check ad. I don't get what you meant by your question. Guys, I asked a question. Do you agree with the line items that I chose? I chose net operating income, total cost, profit before income tax, total assets, loans and advances to customers, and deposit from customers. Is this in line? Do you agree that these are the major metrics from the data that we can use to understand what's going on in the bank in GTB? Yes, no. Do you agree? I need us to be on the same page. Only two people have responded to me. Is there a question that you want me to answer that I've not answered? So the thing is, this is a very high level. This is like a 1 hour class, right? We started an hour ago. I want us to finish in the next 30 to 1 hour, basically. It's just a high level. Normally, when you're doing any data, when you get any data, there will be a business problem that you want to solve. Excuse me. There will be a business problem you want to solve. The business problem here is we want to just understand, or a very high level understanding of the different operating segments. But on a normal day, your day-to-day life as a financial analyst, as a financial planning professional, as a strategic finance professional, when you get data, when you get financial data or any data, right, you have something that you're looking at. So you would have had preset metrics that you'll be interested in finding out, right? But for now, we're saying that these are the 5 or 6 things that we're going to be looking at. So now that we've identified what we want to do, you can see before I move to any stage, I ask myself, what exactly are we looking for? What are the metrics? For the PDF, I first of all ask myself, what page am I looking for before I went into my Excel? You must always guide Excel. Excel is not going to guide you. Excel is a tool for you to use. Excel cannot tell you what to do. So moving on, moving on, what I'm going to do is go to our pivot and bring out the data. So now this in thousands of naira, take it to rows, right? No, take it to column, sorry. Right, then this corporate, I'm going to put it to row. I'm going to put retail to row. So I'm wondering why. Okay, no, I made a mistake. Sorry. You have this, then you take corporate to values, right? You drag it to values. Let me come again. So this is our pivot table. What we want is to put it in a data set. So we are transforming the way it looks. However, we're taking it bit by bit so that we can create charts. We are taking it bit by bit so that we can create what? Charts. So if someone asks, give us insight so how we can identify the metric for any industry. So now each industry has its metrics. Now, just taking a look quickly, you're not going to see interest expense and fees and commission expenses as cost of sales for any other industry apart from the banking space or the financial services space. If you're a manufacturing company, you're never going to have this. So each organization, each industry has this kind of metric. So you are going to have to research on that, right? You're going to do some research. It's normal. You need to understand specific things, right? So just do small research. So take this in thousands of naira, take it to columns. We want this to be columns. And note that this, when it comes as columns, it's going to be arranged alphabetically. There is no problem. Actually, I want to transform it. I just realized I was supposed to transform it. So yeah. So let's take our corporate. We're going to transform it. So now let me explain what has happened, right? So we have this data, but we don't need all of these rules. Can you see that? We don't need all of these rules. We just need some set rules, which are the rules we've identified. However, because these rules are combined together in this data set, we have to extract it. We have to bring it out in pivot and remove the specific data that we need. So we're going to go back here. In thousands of naira, take it to rows, right? Corporate, take it to column, to value. You can see the way I'm doing it. How am I doing it? I'm dragging. Hold it down and drag it to values. It's saying count of, don't worry about it. Count of retail, drag it to values. And it's immediately you drag it to values, this summation of value sign will come up. All you have to do is to drag it to the rows. By that, you're saying Excel, I want the corporate, retail, everything in the values, the header to be on the right, to be on the left, while I want the thousands of naira, that's this data here, to be at the top. Do we understand this? Before I go on, do we understand it, or do you want me to repeat? Repeat, okay, fantastic. I'm going to repeat again. So this data that we have here, we want it to be the columns because those like the chart headers, right? These are the chart headers. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to say columns. That one is understandable and it takes it alphabetically. That one, there's no brainer there. Now the next thing is this corporate, retail, everything. If we just put it here, it will just literally come as another column. It will legit come as another column, but we don't want that. If we just drag it here, it will just come as the numbers come here. We don't want that. So we're not doing that. So what we're going to do is to drag it to values because we are interested in the values. Now it can come out as sum, average, whatever, but this came out as count. If yours comes out as count, do not be afraid. Retail, drag it under corporate here. And when you drag the second value, it brings this summation value to see where do you want your total values, because now we have more than one value. Where do you want this value tab to be? If it is column, it's going to give you after each, under each is, you're going to have count of corporate, count of retail. That's not what you want. You just drag this to the row. So you have count of corporate, count of retail. Do we understand this now? Do we understand this now? So there are some things, the more you practice, the more you understand. When you watch the video, you understand it better. There are some things when you hear it for the first time, you might be a bit confused, but the more you do it, you understand it. So business, drag it under retail. Commercial, drag it under business. SME banking, drag it under commercial. Can you see the way I'm holding my mouse to ensure that it's under commercial? I just like it to be arranged the way it comes out. It doesn't matter about me, I just like it like that. Ensure that it's going under retail and drop it, and to show commercial bank. Public sector, drop it underneath. Aha. So now we have corporate, retail, business, commercial bank, SME banking. All you have to do is right click here. Can you say I'm on count of corporate? Right click and say value field settings. You don't have to highlight everything. I just click on this alone and right click and say value field settings. Now, when I click on value field settings, it's going to show me that it's highlighting count. And I'm going to say, no, I do not want count. I want sum. So I'm going to do this for everything. Sum. Right click. Where is it? Value field settings. Sum. Right click. Value field settings. Sum. So it's not counting how many times you have revenue, but it's taking the total value, the sum itself. Right? Right click. Value field settings. Sum. Right click. Value field settings. Sum. Right click. Value field settings. Sum. Do we have questions? Are we good to go? If you have a question, raise up your hand. I would respond to you. If you have a question, raise up your hand. If you don't talk to me, I'm still looking, I'm still praying to God for the power to read minds, right? But right now, I've never received that power to read your mind. So if you don't talk to me, I can't see. So I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself for a second. I'm just going to, just 1 minute. Okay, Odika. Odika Ugochukwu, go ahead with your question.
You are just too fast. Hello?
Okay.
Please,
You are just too fast. That's just the problem.
can you repeat it? My network logged me out.
Okay, I'm going to repeat it for you, Foma. Odika, so what do you want? What do you want me to say again? I can repeat it again for you. There's no problem. Sorry about that. What
Anyway,
do you
just continue because I came late.
Oh,
That you are fast.
you came late, but it's okay, no problem. You can watch the recordings. But I'm going to take it slow for you so that everybody's on the same page. Is that fine?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So I'm going to mute everybody back. Okay, so now I'm going to take it again for everybody so that we can all be on the same page. And this is the last time I'm going to say this, but I'm going to take it slowly. So I'm starting over again. If you've gotten it, no problem. I'll soon move on. So I said that this data here, I want it to go to column because this needs to be the main data. This corporate retail, this needs to be the main data, right? And we need to have that in a table format, and that should be on the left. If you remember how all these bar charts are, the data that are the main headers will be on the left, right? So I'm going to, in order for that to be on the left, every other thing should be what's at the top. So I'm going to take in thousands of naira, which is the heading for this. In thousands of naira is the heading for this, right? I'm going to drag it here, right? Now, the next is for me to bring out corporate, retail, business, commercial, SME, public sector. I don't need total, continue, total, I don't need it. So I'm going to just drag this to values because it's the value I'm interested in. Values. Now, you can see it's coming out as count. If it comes out as count, there is no problem. We will show you how to adjust it. Retail, you drag it under. Me, I like it arranged. The moment you put the second count the second value under second data under value, this sum value will come up. When I first of all did it the first time, it came up under columns. If it comes under columns, it will arrange like this, where you have corporate retail, corporate retail, corporate retail. You don't want that. So you're going to drag this and take it to row, and it will be under rows. And this is how we want it to be. So what am I going to do? I'm going to drag everything now. Drag business under retail, drag commercial under retail, drag SME banking under retail, public sector under SME banking, and everything is arranged. Now we have it arranged, but we need it is currently in count. We don't want it in count. So I'm going to right click and say value field settings. You see my voice is breaking. Is everybody experiencing this also? Is my voice breaking? Okay, is it clear now? Is it clear? Okay, I'm good. So I'm good. Okay. So value field settings. From count, change to sum. Okay, it's clear. Okay, from count, change to sum. Okay, I'm going to do it for each of them. Just right click. Sum. Okay, right click. Value field settings. Sum. Okay, right click. Value field settings. Sum. Okay. There are some things Excel you can do once and everything will just do. There's some things you have to do small by small, right? So just do this value field settings sum. Now, you can see that we have all of this data, but we have all the columns. We don't need all the columns. Do you agree with me that we don't need all of these things? We've identified the 6 data sets, the 6 data points that we're interested in. Do you agree with that? So what we need to do now is to identify the data points that are important to us. So this data here, I'm going to just copy it. I would have shown you how to do it with shortcut, but I don't want to confuse the class. So I'm just going to type it here. Corporate, I'm not going to do the long journey. Retail, business, commercial. Let me click my microphone so you can hear me very well. Yeah, commercial, SME, and public sector, right? Now, what are we interested in? What did we say we're interested in? We're interested in what? Net operating income, total cost, profit before income tax. So I'm going to write net operating profit, right? Total cost, right? Profit before interest. Don't worry about shortcut. Don't worry about shortcut. Don't worry. It's not today that I'm going to teach you everything. Yeah, it's step by step. It's step by step. Learn this, then the next time you learn the shortcuts. Don't worry. Interest and tax. Profit before interest and tax. Then what do we say we're interested in again? After profit, we say we do total assets, then loans to customers and deposit from customers. So total assets, loans to customers, deposits from customers. Okay, so now I'm just going to highlight. I want everything to be. So are we together? Can everybody, are we all together? Can I move on? Can I move on? Fantastic. So now this net operating profit, I'm just going to go and look for where net operating profit is. Net operating profit is where? Not net operating profit, net operating income, sorry. Net operating income is this. I'm just going to say enter. So net operating income. So basically, we are saying out of all this data, we only need these certain things. So this, and we're just going to drag down. Sorry. You can't drag it down like that. So you're going to say equals. Now you need to note you need to note the exact cell. Now, let me explain this. Because this is a pivot, you can't just say equals to a pivot and drag. Excel has its restrictions. Now, let me explain why. Sorry. I'm going to do something that some of you might not know. But I'm not going, don't ask me how I did it. No, don't worry. Okay, so, net operating income. Now, look at this. Where's the data that we're looking for? Equals net operating income, that's N. Now, if I click equals this, can you see that I've not put any formula, but the moment I say equals this, I have a get pivot data formula and it is locked. Can you see that? Hello, my people, can we see that? Only one person can see that. Okay, fantastic. Now, this is not a class I'm going to teach you how to edit this to work for you. I can't, but I'm going to show you the other way around it. Now, when you click this data, the name of the cell will show here. Can you see that? R5. Can you see? Did you see R5 here? R5. So is that R5 you're going to type? So you can, because if you click on this, you can't drag down, and there's no point us clicking for each of them one by one. That's long journey. So all we are going to do is to highlight all of this here and say equals R5, and immediately this cell is highlighted. Do we understand this? Do we understand this? Hello? Okay. Let me show you again. I said equals to this. And when you say equals to this, Excel will give you a formula. Right now, we can't teach you how to update the formula now in this class. So I'm going to show you another way around it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Fantastic. Fantastic. So what I'm saying is that instead of you clicking on this and getting this formula, when you click on the cell that you're interested in, it's going to give you the name of the cell here. And cells are named in letters and numbers. So this is B9, which is column B9. B9. So instead of you looking and counting the rows and columns, it is listed here. So I'm going to go to net operating income and click on it, and it tells me R5. So I'm just going to come here inside the formula bar and say equals R5. And the moment I write R5, the cell I'm interested in is highlighted. Do we understand this? I need to see people's responses in the chat room. Yes, yes, yes. I know it might be a bit different, right? Because you're not used to it, right? But just imagine you have an idea of this now. So when you get to office, if you are faced with something like this, you know that, oh, they next said something one day. Okay, let me go and look at the recording. Or if I practice, I remember. But if I didn't practice, I say, oh, let me go and look at the recording so I can do this. So there are different ways. These are the little techniques that you can use to make Excel work for you. So now R5, I'm going to press enter. And I'm going to what? Drag it down. Now I can see the value is changing. Now total cost is the next. Equals total cost. That's C. Total cost, this. Can you say, and what's the letter? I not put my cost. I'm doing it again. So if you missed what I did for net operating income, I'm doing it again. Focus on this total cost. So can you see that the name of this cell is AA5? Is written here. AA5. Can we all see AA5? Can we all see AA5? Fantastic. I love the chat room. So AA5, when you click on the cell, you will see the name here. Because I moved my mouse, that's why I'm not showing. So total cost is showing AA5. Right? So now all you have to do is click on the formula bar. I just moved up. That's all. Click on the formula bar, highlight everything, delete it, and say equals AA5. And the moment you write AA5, it highlights the respective cell. Do we see that? Do we agree? Can I get a thumbs up in the chat room? And press enter. And once you press enter, you see the value there. Can I get a thumbs up? I need more thumbs up. I need to know that we're all together. Okay, fantastic. The next is profit before interest and tax. I'm going to say equals, drag to the right, profit before interest and tax. This. Now it shows me what's the letter, what's the cell name? What's the cell name? Someone should give me the cell name in the chat room. What's the cell name? Fantastic, Ifoma. U5. I want to see other people. Can you see U5? U5, U5. Can you see? Only 2 people have responded U5. I need more people to see U5 and respond to U5. Aha. So now we're just going to click on the formula and say equals U5. Enter. And drag down. So because we didn't lock anything, it's showing perfectly. So total assets, this value. Now, what is the name of this value? What's the cell of this value? What's the cell? I need us to be fast so that I don't want to keep you too late. Z5, fantastic. Oh, my people, we are on fire. That's Z5. So just highlight this and say equals Z5. Enter. Drag to the end, right? The next is loan to customers. I'm going to say equals, so if deposit for customers in front of, let's do loan to customers. Equals loan. Remember, this is alphabetic, so just do L, be looking for L, L, L. Loan to customers, this. Now, when I click this, what's the name of this cell? What's the name of this cell? If you're in this class and you don't understand what I'm saying, talk. Talk now. 05, fantastic. I'm going to highlight this and say it's equal not 0, O, letter O5. And this is highlighting it immediately. I see that. I press enter. Right? And the last is deposit from customers. I'm going to say equals deposit from customers. This is deposit here. And now what's the name of this cell? What's the name of this cell? What's the name of this cell? F5. F5, yes. Oluwadamilare, unmute yourself. What don't you understand? Is equals to F5. Oluwadamilare, please unmute yourself. What don't you understand? Okay, you get it now. Fantastic. Aha. So now let's give all of this and go to home and click on this comma, so like it's comma style, comma separated, comma, and reduce it. So can you see this is 0? Excel will tell you what it is. When you hover your mouse, say increase decimal. We're not increasing, we want to reduce. Over here, it says decrease decimal. You press it, you reduce from 2 decimal to 1 decimal, press it again, remove all the decimal. Can we see that? Fantastic, Oluwadamilare, I love that. So now the next thing we are going to do is just a small, this is the only shortcut I'm going to teach you today. Hi, Omolola. Bye. Okay. This is the only shortcut I'm going to teach you today, right? And that's because I want us to change the sign of this. Now, I'm going to teach you the paste special multiply function. Now, why is the paste special multiply? Why am I using it? I'm using it because when we design our chart, right? When we design our chart and we put net income, operating income, total cost, and profit tax before each other, because this is minus, it's good, the chart is going to be down. Meanwhile, we know that it is minus because it is a cost, but it doesn't need to be minus because we already know that it's a cost, right? So I'm going to teach you the paste special minus function. So I'm going to write, I've written -1, and I'm going to say Control C, that is copy. And I'm going to highlight where I want to multiply. So you copy the figure that you want to multiply and go to the cost or wherever it is that you want to multiply and paste special Alt ES. This is the only shortcut I'm going to teach you. If you joined late, don't worry, just listen. The recording, make sure you feel the attendance. Make sure you feel the attendance. There's a lot of things going on at the same time, but just listen. The first time you hear it, it might be a bit confusing, but the next time when you're watching the video, you understand it better. When you're practicing the office, you understand it. So Alt ES. When you click Alt ES, you have paste special. Can you see that? Can we see this pay special? If you can see it, if you can see pay special, put a thumbs up or type yes. Can we see pay special? So remember, I said you will, I've cancelled it. Copy the -1, Control C, highlight the place that you want to change the sign, Alt ES. When you put Alt ES, it will not tell you, it asks you what you want to do, pay special. You click value that you want to multiply the value, you want the value and you want to multiply. So paste value will multiply to, I'm multiplying this -1 with this data, and I'm going to press OK. And immediately, the minus sign in front of this, gone. And if you see, it will show you the formula, same times -1. So that's the only shortcut I'm going to show you in today's class. There are so many shortcuts to make Excel work for you. Imagine you would have had to be doing -1, -1. Remove the minus, remove the minus, remove the minus. Now, whatever the figure that comes there, if the figure changes in the future, the data changes, figure changes, it will still multiply by -1, right? So are we good? Are we good? Do we understand this? Can I move on? Oh yeah, I'm going to allow you to unmute yourself. I want to hear our voice. Yes, say yes. How can we move on?
Can we move on?
Yes,
Yes.
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 Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. So I'm going to highlight this and say insert pivot table. So now we did pivot table to summarize that data into this, but we are going to create another pivot table to which I'm going to use for our dashboard. I'm going to mute everybody now. So I'm going to highlight and click pivot table. It's going to say this data is highlighting the data. I say yes. And instead of a new worksheet, I'm going to click on existing worksheet. And immediately I say new existing worksheet, it's going to ask me, what is my location? Sorry, the logical. Okay, the logical. I don't get. What is the add to model? Okay, add this data to model. No, you don't need to add this data to model. We are not modeling. This is not a data. You don't have a data. You don't have a data model. You don't have a data model. That's a different conversation. It's not in this class that you do that. So add location, and you click here. I press OK. Now you have another pivot, right? So now this pivot, you can now take. Oh, okay, sorry. It didn't do that. The pivot didn't load. So fantastic. Let me show you guys something. When I highlighted this and I pressed insert pivot table, did you notice that the only thing that turned into a pivot table was this? Do you know why? Let me allow you to unmute yourself and see whether I can guess why the only thing that highlighted was this.
No header.
Fantastic. So because there was no header here, pivot omitted it. But if this corporate was in between our data, it would have given me an error code. So that means like something like this. So like this, I'll call this segment. If I delete this and say control, highlight it and say control X, and I highlight this pivot, and I say, can you see? The pivot table field name is not valid. To create a pivot table, we must use data that is organized with a list of what? Labeled columns. So that's just to reiterate the point I gave the last time. So now we have segments, highlight it. Control B, make it bold. B, okay, yeah. And say pivot table, existing worksheet, location here. And you can see now that here it highlighted the full table. Before it removed, it ignored this. So it's taking everything now. I'm saying location here. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, I double clicked it, sorry. And the location is here. Okay. So now this is our data table, right? So our segment is valid. Our segment is in the row. What are we interested in? We're going to compare the different things. We're going to compare things differently. So first thing we're going to take is net operating income, total cost, profit before interest and tax. So let's take net operating income. The value goes there. Total cost, you can see as you're clicking it, life is easy. Excel is organizing it, right? Profit before interest and tax. Now we're going to take these three things together. You can highlight this and do comma under home, number, comma, and reduce. Whenever you do comma, it's going to give you 2 decimal place. So reduce, right? So now we have this. Let's take it and say Control C, Control V. So instead of you creating a new pivot every time you want to use, you can just make sure you highlight the full pivot. If you highlight only this part and copy and paste, it's going to paste as a random table and not as a pivot. So you must ensure that you're highlighting the full pivot before copying and pasting. And you can see pivot table field comes out here. If you click outside the pivot table field will not show. But if I click on the pivot, it will show. So those are the little things that will tell you that you are on track. So like I said, we're just doing a very, very simple dashboard, very simple dashboard. So we are going to have this. Then also I'm going to remove this total income, total cost and profit before interest and tax. I want us to talk about the percentage of revenue or net operating income contribution, right? Then we have okay, actually, do I want to add this now? Could have actually added this operating expenses and just had something different, but it's all right. We have already come here. We are doing a very simple dashboard. So this, then we have our total assets. So I'm removing this. Total assets, remove this, copy this again. I'm very, so I like as there's 3 space here, there's 3 space here. I'll continue and say 3 space and I'll say Control V. Now instead of total assets, I'm going to remove total assets and say total loans to customers. I'm going to highlight this and Control V. And instead of total loan to customers, I'm going to say total deposits. Now, I want to show you something. Are we together? Are we together? Hello? Are we together? Yes. Remember, a number of things that you're learning, you're learning them, you're hearing them for the first time. And that's why it's very important for you to be very, very in tune with the class. If you're not in tune, a lot of things I'm saying will pass over your head, which is normal for the way I'm learning something for the first time. But these are the little things that will separate you. I can't tell you how many times count if, simple count if function of Excel has made me get recognized. Sum if. Little things, ability to use a pivot. Little things, because people say they know Excel, but they can't do this thing. So when you're able to do it, you're able to stand out. People that know how to use these tools will take the job from people that don't know how to use these tools. That's the honest truth. So is that you get into the game or you are taken out of the game? So now we're going to create a chart with this. We're going to create, now what I'd like to do is I like to visualize how my dashboard is going to be. So now some of us here have never developed dashboard. Has anybody ever developed a dashboard here? If you have developed a dashboard, say me, raise up your hand, let me see. If you have never developed a dashboard before, type no in the chat room. I'm waiting for your responses. Okay, some of us have developed dashboards, fantastic. So some of us have not developed dashboards. So fantastic for those of us who have not, because we are going to be developing a very, very, very simple dashboard. Right? Well, for those of us who have developed dashboards, fantastic, you should be able to do this, right? So I like to visualize how my dashboard is going to be like. So this is going to be like a bar chart, a chart. Then for this, I'm going to have it in percentages, right? Then this total assets, I can have like a column bar chart. For loans, I can have a different chart. For deposits from customers, I can have a different chart, right? Then apart from this, like I said, I'm going to have call outs. Now, I'm going to explain, but I'm going to explain more when I get there. But there are some certain limitations. So if you are going to do a call out, you must use it in a particular way. Call out, you have to take it out from pivot because pivot cannot do call out. And I'm going to show you what I mean by this. Please, Priscilla, send the attendance link again. Someone's asking for it. Now, for my dashboard, as a matter of principle, right, I like my background to be dark. Now, why do I like my background to be dark? I like my background to be dark because it enables me to play with colors. If my background is white like this, and I'm putting orange, I'm putting red, I'm putting yellow, it can come out as irritating to the eye. But if I say Control A, highlight everything, and click here and do dark, it is easy for me to now insert a shape. Excuse me. Sorry, give me a second. I need to build. Okay, sorry. I have gas in my system. Where's my participants? Okay, fantastic. So now, can you see that if I change this to orange and I remove this outline, can you see that there's a blue outline? There's a blue outline. And I click on shape format and I'll say, excuse me, no outline. Can you see that the orange is not so strange because the background is gray? Do you agree? Do you agree? Yes or no in the chat room? Can you see that the orange is not so strange because the background is gray? However, if the background was white, it will look too sharp. Can you see that? It will look too sharp. So I like for the background to be gray. Now, I tell my participants that when you are developing your dashboard for the first time, please, please, please stick with one color. Stick with one color because you are providing this thing for strategic direction. You're providing this insight to your manager, to your director, for the board, right? You don't want to be using, they'll see purple, they'll see orange, they'll see yellow, they'll see red. It makes you look unserious, right? It makes you look unserious. However, if you stick with one color, so it makes you look easy and they won't know that, oh, you don't know how to mix color. So stick with one color. So now, let me see, how do we want to do this? I like to think about my design in class. So I'm going to do this, something easy. Maybe take this to a separate, maybe a lighter shade of orange, or even, let me leave it, make this white. Make this light gray, right? Something like this. Right? Or even reduce it like this. Take it here. Right? Then I will not just Control D, which is duplicate. Take this here. So I can put those percentages there. Then just literally, all I'm trying to do is to say, where would everything be? So just listen to what I'm doing. Just look, you might not understand what I'm doing right now, but at the end of the day, you see what I'm doing. So I'm just playing with how I want it to look. So I know I'm going to do call outs. So I'm going to put my call outs here. Move up. Don't mind me, I have small error. So yeah, then this, I can reduce this more because my call out will not be plenty. My call out won't be plenty. So this is okay. Then I have a general chart for the net operating income, cost, and that profit before interest and tax. I have a general call out here. Then what else is remaining? General call, I've done this too. Then total assets, not even need to put total assets. Loan to customers and deposit. I think I don't need to put total assets. I think I'll just put loan to customers and deposit from customers. I'm looking at how I want to present it. Sorry, I'm trying to look at how I want to present. Okay, I think I'll do this too here. Loan to customers. Nah, I'm not liking it. So I'm moving this here. I like that. So when you have done this, it's easy for you to now just create your shapes, your chart, and put it inside here. So move this up. move this up here. Yeah, something like this. Then we can have this here. I can make it full. Just a simple chart. Make this full here. Since I'm making it long, I can reduce this because it's going to be long. Then this highlights it, drag it up, right? Can move it to the right. Something like this, just basically. Nothing too serious. Then me, I know I want to put a slicer. I know some of us are hearing slicer for the first time. I'm just telling you why I'm putting all of these things in. Once I get into it, I'll show you how to do every single thing. Don't worry. Be happy. Nene's got you. Okay, so now I have let me explain what each aspect of my dashboard is. So here I'm going to talk about GTB, introduction, labeling the data. For here, I'm going to talk about the different contributions of the segments to the revenue. Here I'm going to have my call outs. Here I'm going to have net operating income, total cost and profits. This I'm going to have that at the top there. I'm going to have these two at the bottom here. I'm going to have the call outs here. And I'm going to have my slicer here. So do we like my design? Do we like my design? Nobody likes my design. Aha. So I like to just have an idea of what I want to do before I eventually do it. So I'm going to go back to this my website, and I'm going to search and say GTB logo. Now I'm going to go to images, and I'm going to right click on this, right click here and say copy image. And I'm going to come here and Control V. Although this our orange is not the shade of GTB orange. This is not GTB orange. Let me see if I can get a deeper shade of orange so it can enter. Shape format, have a deeper shade of orange. Okay, I think this is a deeper shade of orange. Do we agree? I think this flows. What do we think? What do we think? Does this flow? Does this color go with GTB? Okay, fantastic. So you can just duplicate this, Control D. I'm just duplicating because it's easier for me. And just say 2022 operating. You might not be able to see what I'm writing. Let me make it bold, black. So when he started typing, was typing with white. So it was like this. I zoom in. Can you see it's white that is there? So all I'm going to just do is to click on shape format and black, or home and change this to black. So 2022 operating segments report. You can even take this to the next line and make that aha. However I want to make it. So because this is, with this now, I can now just remove the background color. So remove this color, so click on shape fill and say no fill. So when I click no fill, I can move it up, move it down, move it anywhere. So I can just highlight on this and increase the font. Right? Increase the font, reduce it, decrease, and make it bold. So we have 2022. Drag this down. 2022 operating segment report. Right, I'm zooming out. Can you see it? So whenever it does like that, that means the box size is too small. And all you have to do is to move it up. That's all. Are we liking it? Are we liking this? My people, are we liking this? Aha, I love this. So now, the next thing we're going to do, we have started our report. So you can see why it is good to give an outline of your dashboard, because now you know where everything is going to do. All you have to do is go to your data, do the dashboard, bring it here. Shikena. So I can also just put Control D. I've told you Control D is duplicate. Those are the only two shortcuts I'm telling you. So I'm going to say performance overview. Reduce the font size because this is the heading. Performance overview. All right. Control D. For this will be segment contribution to operating income. I'm just giving the headers so that once we bring the charts, then this is Control D, duplicate, or you can Control C and V, anyhow you want to do it. Then for this, I'm going to say share of loans to customers. While I'll call this reduce the size, I'll call this share of deposits from customers. Increase this. Now, the next thing we're going to do is Control D, duplicate, shape format, color, let it be this color. I need 3 callouts. Remember, I'm still outlining how I want it to look. Right? 1, 2, 3. Right? I have this like this. You can have it anyway. So this 3. Can see now with this, I've not done too much color. I've stuck with one color, orange, and it looks okay. Obviously, if I was doing, I could have made it, I could have done some extra design, but this is okay. Right? So now let's go to our chart and introduce this. So I'm going to say pivot table. So you can either go to insert or pivot table and click pivot chart. Anyone, so you either go to insert and say chart, or you can click pivot table and pivot chart, whichever one. So I want to see the contribution of everything, right? So I'm going to say okay, right? Now, note, can you see these gray things? Can we all see these gray things? My people, please respond though. Can we all see these gray things there? Yeah, so they are what we call field buttons. So I don't want them, so I'm going to just click. Now, remember, if I don't click on a pivot table analyze will not come out and I will not be able to see this. So if you mistakenly close this place here, it is field list. All you have to do is to click on a pivot and come here and click it to come out. So field list, buttons, and field headers. So remove for here, you click on pivot chart analyze and remove field buttons. Field buttons. So click field buttons. That's how you do that. Then so all those great things, they are out, they are gone. The next thing you have to do now is to remove these grid lines. I don't want grid lines because grid lines don't look nice. So I'm going to click on these grid lines, click on it. Can you see the button, the dot, to show you that I've clicked on it? And all you have to do is to click delete on your keyboard. Delete. Can we see that? Hello, can we see that? My people, I know, don't worry, I'm going to watch the recording, but I want you to get what I'm doing in class. Just get it so that when you're practicing, you can practice. So for those of us who are doing it side by side, me, fantastic. Right? So this take down, this drag to the right, drag up. I just like my labels to be at the bottom, just like that. Some people, they don't mind, they like it at the side. For me, should I say I'm old school? So I'm going to say Control C. For Control X, I'm going to remove it and come here and Control V. Now, can you see that this I'm going to just size it inside here. And just literally size it inside here. Nothing fancy, nothing over fancy. Now, because we already have a background and everything, right? You click on your format and say shape fill. You don't want shape fill. Your color, your font color, you want it black, right? You want it black. This value here, you're going to click on it, double click on it. Now, see what I did. So sorry, I have gas in my system. So double click on this and this will come out. Can you see that? When you double click on it, format axis will come out with this. So you're interested in this. You're going to say display units. You don't want it to be showing all these millions. Display units, millions. Can you see that? Can you see that? Hello? Can we see that? Fantastic. So you just literally playing around with Excel so you can say, okay, this is contributing this percentage and everything, right? So now we're done with that. However, if you look at it, let me zoom in. Even though we remove background, there's still an outline. We can take out this outline or we can leave the outline. So I'm going to zoom out and we can, let's see if we change the outline to black outline, shape outline. We change to black, how does it look? No, I don't like it. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to say shape outline, no outline. And this, I'm going to click on the chart on this one inside, not the outside though. This one inside, I'm going to say shape outline black. No, it's not even giving me what I want. I don't want outline again because that one is not fine. It wasn't fine. So I think this is okay for a first chart, right? What do we think? The first chart coming in. My people, what do we think? Hello? Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So now let's move on quickly, right? Now, the next chart we're going to be looking at is this net operating income chart. However, for this part, we're using call out and we want percentage. So I'm going to say equals this. Now, remember I told you when you say equals pivot, it's not going to allow you to just pick it. It's going to give you a formula. You're not interested. So equals C37. I took it from here. We're showing C37. And I'm going to put it down. And I'm going to sum it. Equals sum this. And I want percentage. I'm going to say equals this divided by this. And I am going to lock it. How do you lock? No, I'm not going to teach you locking because that's a lot of things in one day. That's a lot of things in one day. So this divided by this, I want percentage. I want percentage. All you have to do is click on percentage here where you have the value. Click on percentage, home percentage. So you have 2%. Now, if you just drag down, it's going to give you divided because it's divided by nothing. It's going to give you an error code. So all you have to do is to click on this and drag this to this, double click, 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 drag this to this. Now, this is because if I just say equals to this divided by this, Excel pivot is not going to allow, it's going to give us error code. So you have to have a call out first of all. You have to bring it out in order to use it. So you can move it closer to each other. So now why are we doing this? I want us to segment to bring out these percentages one after the other. So we have business, commercial, corporate, public sector, retail, SME. So now you can actually just type business, commercial, corporate, public sector, retail, SME. Or you can insert shape. Oh, you said I made a mistake, one of the numbers. Which one has 6%? Oh, thank you. Thank you. You should add up everything and make sure it adds up to 100. So everything adds up to 100. So it's correct now. Thank you very much. Yes, I know how to lock, but some people don't know how to lock, and I don't want to bombard us with too much information, right? I don't want us to bombard us with too much information. We are not going to learn everything in one day. It's a step-by-step process. However, there's little things that I believe you will use. So you can lock it. You can lock it. I can show you locking at the end of the session, but not now, so that we can quickly finish. I want to finish in the next 10 minutes. So dashboard, I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to go to insert and I'm going to click on icon. Can we see this? Can we see this? Can we see icon? So click on icon. Now you can have all sorts of icons. You can type business or company. That's not typing. Or if it's typing and it doesn't come out, all you have to do is to scroll down and take, I think, building. I know I just changed my laptop, so I'm wondering why this is not showing. But if it's not showing, there's no problem. All you have to do is to scroll down. You see it. So all you're looking for, we're looking for icons that resemble business, that resemble business, all these things there. Business, commercial, corporate, public sector. So you can either use icons or you can type it, anything you want. I'm looking for, I think I saw a building upwards. So you can use this as business, right? You can use this as business. We can use, just pick anything. My previous Excel I could search, but I don't know why I can't search in this one. I can't search my previous laptop rather. So just scroll down, just pick whatever. Let's just pick anything. I'm trying to see, my previous Excel had more options. I'm wondering what's going on here. That's doghouse. I saw something just now. I'm not sure if I saw it again. Okay, I think we can all play with this later on because I can't see what I want. But basically, you can actually still import this from Google. You can do whatever, right? You can import it from Google, right? However, you can what you can do is, I don't have time to start going because I keep scrolling down. There's so much. You can play with it and find out which one you want. But I think for now, we'll just type because it's not giving me what I want. So just play with it. So segments, let's move on. So I'm going to Control D. Right? I can type business, commercial, corporate, public sector, retail and SME. Retail and SME. Sorry, Bolwat, for you. Okay. Sorry, let me mute you for a second. Yeah. Okay, so just highlight this. I'm just highlighting and I can just arrange it. So I'm going to go to is it view? Shape format. As I've highlighted them by holding my control down and clicking on them, I'll just say align, and I want it to distribute horizontally so that I don't have to be checking what's the distance between things. Just distribute horizontally, right? So just sort of like almost equal distance, right? Now, obviously, might not exactly be equal because the size of the box and the lettering and all. Oh, Control Z, sorry. Top, okay. Yeah. So now that we have this, we can still have our call outs. We'll have our call out now. And this call out, basically, all we're going to put inside here is the percentages. Those percentages that we just calculated, we're going to put it here. That's all. That's all we're going to do in this. Sorry, remember, I like everything aligned, properly aligned. So you're going to move this small. So you can move here. Okay. And I can reduce the size of this so that it's not too much. Reduce the size, right? And move it to the right small. Yeah. Okay, now what we want to do now is call out. To do our call out, we must use this. We must use our formula bar. We must use the formula bar. So I'm going to say, click on this and come here. You can't type inside it. You must click on it and come to the formula bar. That is the only way to do it. So equals this pivot, 2%, enter, and 2% comes here. It is linking. But if I say equals to the pivot, it's not going to do. I have to call out, and that's what I called out first. Before I had to bring it up before I called it out. So commercial equals pivot, commercial equals corporate, sorry, public sector. No, you're not typing equals here. Delete. You have to come here and type equals public sector. Come here, public sector. Come here, equals retail. SME equals SME. Right? And you can increase the font and make it center. That's all. So now you have the different percentage contribution to revenue. Now the next is total assets. We don't need this. For this, all we need is our call out. So all we need is our call out. So I'm just going to say equals this. Now remember, I'm not looking at this, I'm looking at this here. So equals 54 equals C54. Right? That's what I'm interested in. And I'm also interested in the call out for loan. It's the same formula, so it just went down. So it moved down because I didn't lock anything, went to 65, C65. So you can either type it, and here, I'm just going to copy and paste because it's just saying Excel, take equal to the cell beside me. That is all we have said, right? So now for this loan to customers, we can introduce a code, a chart. I just use this chart and exactly what we did before. Remove field buttons, remove the lines, remove the header, right? Remove, we don't need total for this one, remove total self. Double click on this here, and instead of none, it's going to give you what, millions, so that it can be easy to use. Drag it to the right. I'm almost done. Drag it to the right, Control X, Control X, come here, paste. That first one is what? Loan. Okay, yes, loan. We're in the right place. Drag here. Here. You can reduce the font size. Reduce the font size of this so you can come here. Reduce the font size. It's just a small chart to show what's going on with the loan. Who is contributing the most to loan. Remove the background, format, no fill, and no outline, and make the font black. Make the font black. Right? So the same thing we did here, I'm going to do for share of customers. Right? You can change the colors of your charts and everything later on. But for now, for this class, just introduction class is okay. So this, bring this. So now remove this, click on it, delete, click on the line, delete, click on the header, delete. We already have header. Double click on this, click here, Axis options. Instead of none, we want millions. My people, are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? I know I'm saying a lot of new things that you're hearing, but you have to hear it for the first time in order to even be able to think about it later on. So come here, Control V, and drag it into the shape.
This song, minister to me. When we're coming home, this is me.
Yeah. So you drag that down, reduce this font, make it black, reduce the font. Remove this, pivot, analyze, format shape, remove fill, remove size. Now from this, we can see that we give more, GTB Bank gives more loans to corporate. However, they receive more deposits from retail. So the retail that they are collecting deposits from, GT Bank is not giving loans to them. Can you see that? That's why all this Palm Pay, OPay, all these other pay, all the other credit platforms, Fair Money, all of them, that's why their people are going to them, because GT Bank is not giving loans to retail customers. Can you see what this data is showing us? So now the next thing we're going to be putting here, I'll just put total assets. Control Z. Total assets, bold. I'm going to say total customer loans. And we're going to say total customer deposits. I'm just going to highlight this, make it bold, make it center, but it's not center top. So not top and center. So it's there. I'm just going to make this to go to the next line. So the next thing, the last thing I'm going to do here is to introduce the callouts. I just duplicated this so I can come here. I don't have to start drawing a new line. So do that. Delete. I want the exact shape, the exact size. I don't want to have to start sizing it up and down. Duplicate, move down here. So now, total asset deposits. Remember, when you're doing callouts, it's not inside the shape you type. Don't worry, you get the replay. Priscilla, please post the attendance link so people that just join can register and get the replay. So total asset, you press equals pivot total assets this. Enter. Total customer loans equals pivot customer loans this. Sorry. Remember, I put equals to here. It's not here. It is here. Equals customer loans here. Then this equals deposits. Now, if you notice, this doesn't have Naira. So if you want to put Naira, you can just literally highlight everything here and say, click on this arrow here, which is accounting number format. And it's going to give you pounds, dollars, and euros. We don't want pounds, dollars, and we want Naira. Because so you're going to put, click on this, click on more accounting format, and click on symbol. And just scroll down where you see Yoruba, Edo, Fulani. As an Edo girl, I'll put Edo because I'm Edo. Sorry if you're not Edo. And so you can see they have different formula there. And you can see that the moment Naira came in, Naira, the cell, the value became bigger, so you could not enter the cell, and that's why it's not showing. So you can just reduce it, and it comes. Or you can increase the size of your box, so I can cater for it, and increase this back. So can you see that? So you can highlight this again and make it center. Aha. So now we are done with our chart. The only one thing we are going to do, it's fine if you want to add your name to this class. So the last thing we're going to do is introduce our slicer. Now, The question is, why do we want to introduce a slicer? Why do we want to introduce a slicer? We're introducing a slicer because we want our model to be dynamic. We want to be able to touch things across our model. So if you have like a data that has different years, you have data that has the names of different individuals. So it just depends on what exactly do you want. So you can see slicers that have different things. So they have years, they have this. But for this, I think our slicers will just be the segments. Now let's go to data and see, no, not data, insert. And now for you to do this, you must click on one of the pivots. Just click on one of the pivots because you need to connect something. So you click on slicer and Excel will ask you, what slicers do you want? Now, what is slicer? So slicer say use a slicer to filter your data visually. So slicer helps you to choose what you want to use to filter through your dashboard. So click on slicer, and what we are looking for is segment. So you could have years, you could have personnel, you could have anything, and press OK. We don't need more than that. Now, I'm going to click on my slicer, and I'm going to click on orange. I don't want too many things. I'm going to say click on this, and I'll say I want 2 columns. I can do 1 column. Let me say it's too small. I have to manage it like that. I didn't actually calculate the size of the slicer. So that's another thing. Next time you calculate the size of the slicer. I didn't calculate the size of the slicer. Right? Okay. Okay, fantastic. So increase this. Ctrl Z, make it black. I didn't make it black. Reduce the font size again. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So now we have it. But however, look at it. When I click on this, there's only one thing that is changing. So I'm going to press exit. Then I'm going to right click on my slicer. Right click and click on report connections. All I am saying is this data, this slicer, I need to link it to all the parts of my model. So I'm going to right click and click report connections. And all you have to do is to tick the box of all the tables all the pivots that are connected to it. So just tick on everything and press OK. Now that we have done that, if I click on it, everything changes. Now this data, I'm going to, instead of using C5 for this, I'm not going to use C5. I'm going to click it to this, and I'm going to explain why. So equals this. I have to do one by one. Equals this. Because when you filter the data, right? When I filter and click on only business, right? When I click on only business, pivots, you can see the whole data filters. So that filter affects the full data set, right? So you can see that. So with this, we are done with our dashboard for today. We are done with our masterclass. However, we still have more information. Are we excited? Are we excited by what we've created today? I need to hear you. And let me allow you to unmute yourself. I need to hear, are you excited with what we have done today?
Yes, so.
Aha,
yeah, it has been enlightening.
Fantastic. So don't worry.
Yes, we are excited.
Fantastic. So now let's oh yeah, my people. Let's just discuss it. So let me just explain the remaining parts of the financial analytics program. So now we started at 7. This is 9:14. Literally started like 2 minutes after 7. So let's assume this is 9:15. So we spent just 2 hours, 15 minutes and see all the things that we have learned today. So that's the beauty of what we're doing in analytics, that we're very, very focused on bringing you with insights that will help you grow your career, climb that career ladder. So now, our financial analytics program is designed for people who are interested in finance or accounting career path, or are in the accounting career path, in account and finance career path. So newbies and experienced professionals. So basically, what we're doing is to help you. So for some of us will say, oh, we have Excel skills. Don't worry, when you join the Excel class, you know whether you have Excel skills or not. About people say, oh, I'm a 9 in Excel, I'm a 7 in Excel. By the time you start the class, say, no. let me confess. I can see Bolu laughing. Don't worry, Bolu, you will come. You like, no, I don't know Excel. So don't worry. We understand that some of us know something, some of us don't know something. So just like we did in today's class, we'll start from the basics, the bare minimum, and guide you. Instead of me, the way I came to class today, I'd have started with the Excel interface to show you how Excel looks, right? So those kind of things. So the first thing we are going to do in our curriculum is talk about problem solving, because as a strategic finance professional, finance professional, the goal is to solve problems for your business. That's the only way for it to be strategic. Remember, strategic is about being able to influence decision making. Yeah, so to be able to take you through, to be able to guide decision making. So problem solving, so teaching problem solving techniques that you can use in your day-to-day life as well as in your business life, whether career or whether you have your own personal business and everything, right? So next we go to Excel. Then we have Power BI. Now, Power BI is a visualization tool that is very useful, right? It's a visualization tool that is very useful for people in the analytics professionals, right? So we also have, then we now go into finance proper. So first of all, when we go into the finance program proper, we introduce you to accounting fundamentals. Now, we know that some of you are finance professionals, that you've done ICANN, you've done ACC, you've done NID, you have FCA. We understand all of those things. However, we still want to just do like a refresher, just the underlying principles that will guide you in what you're doing, right? Just the underlying principles that will guide you in the modeling and valuation that I'm going to be doing. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is financial modeling and analysis. Now, ability to influence decision making is ability to forecast. So can you prepare financial forecasts? Because decision making, are making decisions on what should happen for the future. And not just talk about what happened in the past. You're a strategic finance professional. What will happen in the future? So being able to model from scratch, being able to model for an existing company. Right now, I had a call with someone, I think this afternoon, for one of our current cohorts. Person's working on a capstone project, and the person was building a model for a company that is already existing. She's building a model for a company that's already existing. So those kind of things, you're building it from scratch, like empty Excel, like what we did today. Empty Excel. Right, then we'll talk about financial analysis. They also teach you valuation techniques, different valuation techniques that you can use, discounted valuation technique, comparable companies, comparable transactions, different things that you can, different valuation techniques that you can use, right? Then scenario analysis, being able to, because look at it now, at the end of the day, nobody actually planned for COVID. Nobody planned for COVID. Nobody knew that COVID would happen. So in all the forecasts, you can't accurately forecast the future. However, the underlying assumptions must be realistic. Right? So we teach how to prepare scenarios and sensitivity analysis. So this is a detailed conversation of the curriculum. Priscilla is going to share this with the recording and the Excel sheet and everything with you, so you can just go through it and see. So one thing we taught at Analytics is we believe in experiential learning, right? We believe in experiential learning, and we understand that it's not just like today's class. Some of us didn't come with Excel. Some of us didn't come with our laptops. Some of our Excels were not the version we need, those kind of things. It's not going to be like that in class. We are going to guide you on what tools to download, where to download it, what to do, because you need to practice. It is not I have learned that gets you a job. It's not I have learned that gets you the promotion. It's I can do and I have done. So where we believe in you being able to do, you being able to actually work on these things, right? So all through this thing, you're going to have assignments, you're going to have practical stuff across the way. And now remember, the goal is for you to be a global citizen. We're not just focused on people in Nigeria, people in Ghana, people in South Africa, people in Rwanda. We're not just focused on those areas. We're focused on you not just even being a local champion, but you being a global champion. So we want you to start getting tech jobs abroad, getting things, entering this space. That's our goal, right? So Analytics, financial analytics program is 100% online learning. 100% online learning, hands-on practical sessions with videos, exercises, projects. Now, every class is recorded. Not only is it recorded, but we have what we call watch me do it videos. Yes, you install Power BI. We'll send you the link to download everything. Whatever you need for the class, we will send it to you. You don't need to bother yourself. Right? Now, apart from your live classes, we have what we call watch me do it. Now, watch me do it videos are step-by-step videos that guide you. Put your mouse here, press equal to X, press this, that you can watch in the comfort of your house. Not, and you can rewind, you can pause, you can rewind, you can redo until you are good to have it, right? Not only that, you have dedicated people. So now, Priscilla in the chat room right now, Priscilla is the person dedicated, is the program coordinator dedicated, is data associate rather, dedicated to financial analytics. Not only for them, we have also facilitators who are dedicated to you. So if you have questions, you need to indicate interest, and you can book a session and have calls with your facilitators, right? Because we understand that it is not just your class that gives you that. You have some things as you're practicing, there's some questions. So we have a Slack channel where if you ask questions, you get responses. Your facilitators are on the Slack channel, you have everything. We have a virtual classroom that you have everything, your materials, your recordings, everything. I'm going to show you. You're going to have every single thing, right? And the program is for 8 weeks. It's actually for 2 months live classes, then 1 month growth internship. So in total, it's for 3 months. So 2 months live classes, 1 month growth internship. And we're going to cover every single thing. People say, Nene, 2 months for me to learn all of these things. Are you serious? Yes, you can learn it in 2 months. Yes. We have people who have learned it in 2 months because we know what we are doing. We are really, really dedicated to this, and we have designed a curriculum that works for you. All right? We have designed a curriculum that works for you. No, it is weekend. You have classes on Saturday and Sunday. Now, live classes are on Saturday. Weekend is recording. So for Sunday, rather, is recording because we know you're a busy professional where Monday to Friday you are working. We don't want to not capture your Saturday and Sunday. No, we want you to be able to breathe. So Saturday live classes is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. West African time, 3 hours. So you can wake up, do what you need to do, attend your class, and still go out and do some other things. Then Sunday, I watch me do videos. These are our guiding videos that guide you on what you need to do. Little things that you can do to equip yourself. Will give you assignments, things that you can practice. So in the course of the week, you can practice at your leisure. Right? Now, like I said, our goal is for you to be that global person. So you are in Nigeria, get jobs in the UK, get jobs in Canada, get jobs in the US, right? Get jobs across the board. You can get jobs while you're in Nigeria. If you're out of Nigeria, do your master's. When you're done with your master's, what are you doing? Get jobs. Get the job. Enter this space. It's not just a menial job. It's not just that you can do abroad. Enter the corporate world. Climb the corporate ladder. That is our goal for you. Right, so we are focused on 100% job prospect visibility. I'm going to talk about the different value-added options which are not paid. They are part of our program, right? Soon, and we give an industry relevant certification. That's a certified financial analytics professional, which shows that you are not just a strategic finance professional, but you also understand how to use analytical tools, right? Now, this is just an overview of salaries across. So we have the United Kingdom, average salary is about £43,000. You have Canada for people that have financial planning skills, right? Financial planning analyst, 77,000 Canadian dollars. In the US, it's 1,000. Don't ask me why UK is 42,000. UK. People say, what's going on with the UK? But this is the average, and it's on Glassdoor. You can check it for yourself. So it's not the same thing. So now, in addition to learning, right? It's not just about learning first. In addition to learning, we have specially curated recruitment hack sessions that help you achieve that career growth, whatever your career growth may be. So the first we have is CV review sessions. Now, your CV is your picture, is a picture of you, if I have to put it like that, right? If you are looking for a job, if you are looking to get hired, your CV is the number one thing. And what we do is we have one-on-one with CV sessions whereby We guide you on how to update your CV. Do you know why? We don't just say, send your CV to me and we'll update it and send it back to you. Because when you're applying for jobs, you have to tailor your CV to every job description you're applying to. Yes, you have to tailor your CV to every job description you're applying to. So we teach you how to do this. Not that we said, oh, you come back when you want to apply for another job, you come back and pay us. No, all of these are part of the program. We're not collecting money for any of these extra sessions. Right? We are part of the main program, right? I'm going to talk about the price soon. Now, second is LinkedIn optimization. Your LinkedIn is your online CV. Does your LinkedIn sell you as a professional? Does your LinkedIn attract recruiters? I'm sure some of us would have heard about LinkedIn headhunting, where recruiters will enter your DM and see they would like to invite you for an interview. That your CV, your profile looks interesting. If your profile is not optimized, how would they invite you for the job? Aha. So we talk about LinkedIn optimization. We also give recommendation letters on reference letters. We give a reference letter for people that are doing masters, PhD. We give reference letters for people that get jobs in the UK, people that get jobs in Canada, people that get jobs in Australia, people that get jobs in the US. Literally, we do this. And our recommendation letters, our reference letters, our certificates are recognized globally. Literally, we have people across the world who are doing it. I think the last time we counted, I think last month, we've trained over 40,000 people across these 4 continents. So we have people across board. We know what we're doing. We're really, really dedicated to what we are doing at Analytics. Now, the next we have is how to navigate the job market to get sponsored jobs. Now, this is actually a new addition to the financial analytics program. I think we added like last cohort, right? This is a new addition to the financial analytics program where we actually tell you how to get sponsored jobs. You're interested in the UK, you're interested in the US, you're interested in Canada, you're going for your master's, you're saying, after my master's, what next? How do you get these jobs? I'll help you climb that career ladder. We'll bring people who have navigated the job market to guide you on it, right? How to navigate this job market, right? We also have job and interview preparations where so now different people have different reasons for taking this program. Some people don't want to get promotion, some people don't want to get a new job, some people they just got a new job that don't want to upskill themselves to be relevant in their new job, whatever it may be. But if you're interested in interviews and you want to change your job, we give you job and interview preparations, right? We also have weekly mentorship and career progression sessions to help you, whatever your career ladder may be. We are here for you at Analytics, right? Now, another thing is we have people who say, and then I want to earn forex, but I don't want to live in Nigeria. They say the goal is to spend naira and earn dollars. Do we agree? Have you ever heard of that as the goal? Have you ever heard that the goal is to spend naira and earn dollars? Right? So we understand that, and we say you don't want to leave Nigeria, you don't want to Japan, you don't want to leave Canada, you don't want to leave Rwanda, you don't want to leave South Africa, you don't want to leave wherever you are. We have freelancer. We have freelancer optimization sessions, which will help you to get these jobs, right? Which help you get these jobs. Now, this is our online classroom, right? I can still go on it to show you. This is our online classroom where we have the problem solving onboarding session, different things. You have it. I just took like few snippets just to show you how it looks like, right? And I can still show you after the class, after this, right? Just you have it once you make payment and your payment is confirmed, you get access to your welcome kit. Now, in the welcome kit, you have different things in your welcome kit. One of them is how to download Excel, how to navigate this classroom onboarding session, and how to download Power BI. So you can see you have guiding videos for everything you are doing, right? You have link optimization, different things. So every session you have is live. That is live. You have the recordings. Everything is there. Your watch me do videos, they are here. Assignments are here. Materials are here. Everything. And you have lifetime access to this. Lifetime access to this, right? Now, one thing we're very proud about is our growth internship, which makes us stand out, because we don't just train you and say, get out. No. We train you and say, you have learned these things, even though during the program, you have done projects, you have done different things that will help you hone your skills. We say, no, after your program, you have done your capstone project, you have done your certificate, you have got your certificate, come back, come and hone your skills. We have a 1-month internship program that helps, that grinds you so that you can practice and do real life case studies with the skills you have learned. Because when you go for interviews, it's not I have learned, it's I have done and I can do. That is what will get you the job. Those are the things you will say during your interviews. Those are things that will help you stand out. So we have this, where you have a dedicated coach, you have weekly reviews, you have through the internship that help you hone your skills. Right now, so the main question, when is our next cohort? Our next cohort is May 27th. That's the next 2 weeks. I think May, no, is it next 2 weeks or next weekend? Yeah, I think it's next weekend. Yes, next weekend. So next weekend is our next cohort, May 27th, and to the price. So the price of this program is £400, which is 320,000. To get all this value we have said, right? All these things we have said, all these plenty of things we have said, right? Access to facilitators who are experienced across the world, like people have facilitators in Canada, in the US, we have facilitators in the UK, we have some facilitators in Nigeria. To get access to all of this, the fee is £400, which is 320,000. However, because you are here right now at this time, right, we have a discounted slot, which gives you, so instead of paying 320,000 naira, you are going to pay 270,000 naira. And you don't have to pay this 270,000 naira once. You can pay it in 2 installments. Now, it's £300, 270,000 naira, $400, 500 Canadian dollars, and you can pay it in 2 installments. You pay before the program starts, and you pay the balance the next month. So the first installment is 180,200 pounds, 300 USD, or 350 Canadian dollars, and the next month you can pay. So if you want to pay full, you can pay full and secure your discount, or you can pay your first installment and secure your discount. Now, these are the account details. I think Priscilla has also shared it. We have Paystack. For those of you not in Nigeria, we have Paystack. We have Paystack. We have PayPal options, whichever option that works for you. And it's very important that when you make payments, you register here. It's very important, because if you make payments and you don't tell us, we can't know. So when you make payments, you must register here on this link. So please do this and register on this link. You can also send us messages on either of these 2 WhatsApp numbers. Now, I have some of my participants who are on the call right now, and they want to, and I've invited them to come and share their experience, right? Come and share their experience with Analytics. I think the first on the list is Adejoke. Joke, are you here? Joke, are you here?
I'm here. Here, please. Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening. Is it possible for you to turn on your camera?
Yes.
Okay,
Please
fantastic.
just give me a few seconds, please. Start the video. Yes. Hello. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. Give me a second. Let me spotlight you. Okay, fantastic. Hi, good evening. How are you? How are you? Welcome to the masterclass.
Good evening, Nene. It's good to see you here.
Good to see you too. So
yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, I'm just going to give you the floor. So basically, we just want you to please talk about your experience. If you want to share your screen, are you going to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. So I'm going to allow you, please feel free. Tell everyone how your Analytics experience has been. What did you learn? Are you advising them to join the program? What exactly? So I'm just going to leave you and let you be.
It's okay. Thank you, Nene. Good evening, all. I am Adejoke Ogunbanwu. I am an accountant. I moved to the UK lately. I'm actually studying Masters Accounting and Finance. When I got here, I saw more need to upskill. Definitely, as a practicing person, you have to upskill from time to time. But to get in here, the game was quite different. And the truth is, even in Nigeria, if you want to remain relevant, there are some things you just have to do. Keep upskilling, be up your game. And I shouldn't say, unfortunately for me, I was working in the public sector. So I had little experience with IT skills. Although I was working in a federal parastatal, I was a financial accountant. I was doing the financial reporting for years. I was using Excel, and I was this super Excel star in my institute. until I joined Tenalytics. So I joined, it was my sister, she was the one that actually joined the masterclass. And she got back to me, was like, Joke, there's a new course. You just have to do this. You have to do this. I didn't join the masterclass. She even sent me the recording. I didn't have time to listen to it. But after we spoke, I saw that, yes, Tenalytics is a place to be. And I joined. And to tell you the truth, every of my Naira has been worth it. You know, as accountants, we say cost benefit analysis. Here, the benefit outweighs the cost. So, so far, when we started with Excel. Like I said, I was the super Excel star in my unit, in the accounts unit, because I was the one doing the financial reporting for the whole institute that covered Nigeria. But with the learning process here, the teachings, I was like, oh, the accounts that I did for like 3 months, if I had this knowledge, to tell you the truth, if I was dedicated, I'll finish my account in 2 weeks. Before I joined Tenalytics, like Nene said earlier, if I was asked to rate myself in Excel, trust me, I'll give myself at least an 8/10. But by the time we started Excel class here, you don't want to know how I rated myself. But I'm really happy I started, and I know that I will definitely do things better. From Excel, we moved to the Power BI. To tell you the truth, like I said earlier, I was working in the public sector. We had nothing to do with Power BI. Even the Excel I was using, it was just because I worked on it and I developed myself. I had no idea that there was even anything called Power BI. But getting here, Power BI is just the senior brother of Excel. Like Excel, you have to keep updating your data, keep redoing it from month to month, probably year to year. But with Power BI, all you need after you've done your setup, you just impute the data, and you have your dashboard. You already have your answers, just for you to have to do the initial setup. So if you don't mind, I would like to share my screen. This is coming back here. Let me see. Please hold on. I'm trying to masterclass. Yes. Can you see my screen, please?
No, still sharing.
It's still sharing.
Okay. Still sharing. Oh. Where am I now? I'm not sure. Share. I'm coming.
Yeah, you want to reshare.
Yeah, I'm trying that again. Share. I don't get it. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I'm not getting this. I got the share option. On a new share, then I'm having this desktop, this
Yes.
Chrome tab.
Hi, Joke.
Yes.
Click on screen. Can you see desktop? Just share your full desktop. Share a full desktop of just share a full desktop so it's easier for you. Is that fine?
Share. I can see the share screen. Yes, I clicked on it. Then I have the Chrome tab, the window, the entire screen.
Exactly. Share the entire screen.
Okay. Share system audio. Okay. I don't know. It's still not sharing. Choose Chrome tab. I don't know this. It's not. Okay.
Hi, Joker. It's not loading. It's not currently loading. I think you sent it on. You sent some chats on the Slack channel. So maybe I'll just share screen and show people some of your chats on the Slack channel. Is that fine? Is that fine, Nadi Joker? I think her network has kicked her out, but I'm just going to reshare and just show everybody. Please let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see your screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen here.
Okay, fantastic. So I want to move this here. Can you see my Slack channel now? Wow. Sorry, I don't know what happened to my Zoom. It literally just kicked me out now. But I'm sharing my screen again. Okay, please let me know if you can see my screen. So I'm just going to show you the Slack channel for the March cohort. I think Joker is on this. So this is Joker's dashboard. Joker, do you want to talk about your dashboard? The dashboard you sent. She said, my dashboard from the Watch Me Dream. Hi, Joker, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think your audio is really bad.
No, really. Let me check.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my network, but it's
okay.
Really
can
bad.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Would you like to talk about your dashboard? You have two dashboards here, this and this.
Oh, okay. I actually plan talking on my Power BI dashboard, but
Okay,
let me look at this. It's
Did you share your Power
Can you
BI
maximize it a bit?
Okay, give me a second. Let me see if I can
I
find your
didn't.
Power BI dashboard. I can't
No,
find
I
it.
didn't share it.
Okay, you didn't share it. Okay,
I did share it.
I'll go back to your Excel dashboard. Okay, this is your Excel dashboard. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, yes. This particular dashboard, you see, looking at the dashboard, don't mind me, I'm not good with colors. I just picked this. Looking at this dashboard, there's something I've learned about this Excel. As good as the dashboard may look, there has been a lot of work before this dashboard. When we talk of the data, because we start with data, sometimes we have data like this particular one. I think the data we had to do a lot of work on it. We had to clean, we had to sort, we had to do the calculation, the sum ifs, the VLOOKUPs, and so before we got here. Sorry, I can't act like because this is just a picture. Okay, let me see. Oh, yes. Before we got that, we had a raw data. The raw data we had to format and clean using using the different functions. I saw Nene explain some of it, the sum ifs, the VLOOKUP, the XLOOKUP, the concatenates, and so on before we got there. Anyway, all of this I really couldn't do before. I knew about plotting graphs with Excel, but creating this sort of dashboard, I couldn't do it. And the beauty of dashboard is if you are able to prepare this dashboard beyond even finance, it's the visualization part. It speaks a lot to every unit of an organization. Talk of your profitability, talk of delivery. I'm coming. Oh God, I'm so sorry I couldn't display my screen.
No problem. You can
like here, this particular orange dashboard, deposit. Okay, deposit by gender. Here, we can, from the deposit by gender, you can look into why is it that we have more female depositing. That is from the pie chart. That is from the second pie chart on the first row. The first bar chart on the first row, priority customers. All this just helps to make decisions, know where the organization stands per time beyond the financial statement. Like I am an accountant. When you give someone the financial statement, the person sees figures, the person sees assets, sees liabilities, sees expenses. To what end? What information can the person make from that? But with this dashboard, you have a summary of how the organization has been performing, both financial and non-financial. From here, the admin can pick, the administration unit can pick information that is relevant to them. The finance can pick information that is relevant to them. Mostly more depending on the KPI that is being measured. The dashboard makes it much easier than you going through financials. If you've seen those financial statements, they are usually bulky with so many figures. But with the visualization, and that is the whole essence of being a finance person. If you can communicate figures, if you can help make informed decisions, that is it. And lately we started financial modeling. Even the Excel, with the ones I've learned, learning financial modeling, you knowing Excel is different from you knowing financial modeling. There's what we call skill, there's what we call the application, the understanding. You just know in Excel, yes, so many people know Excel, data analysts, they know Excel. But as a data analyst, you cannot perform the function of a financial analyst. And the truth is, most of these things, they don't teach us in school. They teach you 1+1. They teach you how to draw balance sheets. They teach you how to do your ratios. But you as a financial analyst, if they put you in the agricultural sector, can you really put this into practice? Can you really apply it? Okay, if you're in the agricultural sector and suddenly they just put you in another sector, can you apply it? So here they are trying to, like the first session was actually about decision making, you trying to open up your mind, knowing how to adapt, knowing how to fit into situations to make the right decisions. Let me tell you, so far the experience in analytics, it has not been easy for me. That is the truth, because I am working, I am studying to join analytics, but when I started the first week, I couldn't miss any session. Even before we started, I mailed them, the person in charge of finance, to tell the person that I will be missing classes because I am working. But when I started, I was like, no, I can't miss any class. It's value, it's value for money. So it wouldn't make any sense if I miss any class. So far so good. It has been worth every of my naira. And to tell you the truth, from the first week, I started advertising to my friends, even my colleagues that I left in Nigeria, say there is more to accounting, there is more to finance. Come and learn. Yes, especially for those of us that are in the public sector, we are years behind. And if you want to remain relevant, you have to upskill. You want to upskill, talk to analytics. So it will be good to have you two on board. Thank you. Nana is very good though. All this one that she's not giving you shortcuts. Even if she give you, you cannot understand, because the truth is, if you don't know A, you cannot jump to G. So she's doing very well.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm going to
was
work all
very
this
good.
thing. Yeah, just starting your business.
I'm not giving this shortcut.
Don't worry. So these are the things.
Thank you, guys.
Super. Thank you very much, Adejoke. So we can just before SCN and Bolu take over, I just want to show you other things from Adejoke and our classmates, right? People, different dashboards. This is the Slack channel, right? This is Abella's dashboard, right? People just, you work on your work and you share your dashboard. So this is the March cohort, right? You have people, the different links to all the meetings are there. This is someone's dashboard, right? Someone did the pizza Nova dashboard, right? So different things, you have opportunity to work on these things, right? So I think the next on my list is Aquarius SC and then Bolu. I think the other two can't make it because it's late. SC and are you in? Hello. I think I saw a query SN a second ago. Okay, while SN is joining, I think Bolu is ready. Bolu, please go ahead.
Yes, I am. All right. Good evening. My name is Bulu Atife, and well, I'm happy to be here. And first of all, I want shout out to Nana and Nene rather. You've been so amazing, as in wow, it's been amazing.
Okay,
The journey has
SN, just give Bolu a
has been
second.
rough, but
Once Bolu finishes, you go ahead, SN.
okay.
Bolu, go ahead.
So thanks to analytics, once again, my name is Bulu Atife, and I'm a Nigerian. Why I joined analytics? First of all, I finished my master's last year, and I was thinking, what's next? So since last year April, I finished last year February. So since last year April, I've been thinking, I want to go into data because all I knew about, I'm a graduate of economics. So I've been thinking, let me just take this data analysis of an. So I've been searching and searching. I'm a business person as well. So earlier this year, I encountered some issues in my business. I started having. I was pursuing inflation, and Nigerian issue now. You pursue inflation and just everything just keeps skyrocketing. So early this year in January, end of January, I was able to attend a masterclass like this, and it was wow. I couldn't resist it. It was. I think it was with Adaizia. So so far, Nana has been very helpful. From the problem solving class to Excel. I thought I knew Excel, but when Nana started, when she started, when Nana started, when I was like, wow, I don't know Excel. Oh. So that's it. That's it. So from Excel to Power BI. So can I share my screen? Okay. So let me just. See. Can you see my screen?
It's coming up.
Okay. Shout out to Priscilla also. She has been wonderful. So wonderful. Since I started getting value here, I've been telling my friends, okay, it's up now, right? Can you see my screen right now?
Yes.
So this was the first dashboard I built.
You are showing
thanks to
Power BI.
analytics.
Is that right? You are showing the Power BI.
Yeah, this is Power BI. Okay. I'll be quick with it so that I can quickly show the Excel as well. So from this part, a lot was done before we got to this stage, and trust me, it wasn't easy at first. So I was like, "What this Power BI thing?" But I kept going. I know. Yeah, a quick one from this dashboard, you can see that it's very interactive with the sales trend. You can see if I click on April, it's going to bring out whatever thing the sales by region in April, where we had sold more in April, which is central. We can see in the sales by category, the amount we sold, the total sales we had in furnitures, in technology, and the office supplies. So all these tools, there are so much in this visualize. There's so much interest about you can interact with it. You can make decision from it. We can see our total sales. These are KPIs here. You can see our total sales for the month of April. You can see our total profit for the month of April. We can see our total order for the month of April, our profit margin, and also all we are taught in class. And then I was talking to one of my friends. By the way, I think I have some of my friends on this call. Awa is on this call, and I've been telling everybody the analytics to the world. And well, because I can't resist this. I can't keep getting this good stuff and keep it myself. And I told them about everything. The hacker thing that happened last week. It was I was just so happy. Penalty is the best thing that has happened to me this year, really, because the year has been somehow. But I thank God for analytics. So we can see all these. If you click on June, it's going to bring out. Can we see that? So these tools, you'll be taught all these in analytics, and you're going to grab everything in one learning. I was telling one of my friends this evening, like I learned all these things in how many months. I joined the February cohort, and look at what I'm doing right now. I told her, nobody do with this. So, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So this for the Power BI. So from here we went to accounting fundamentals. Truthfully, accounting has been always boring to me. Everything I wanted to do in my life is about economics. So accounting has been very boring to me right from when I was in secondary school. But joining analytics with Nene, accounting has something else. Really, I wanted to do this all since I've joined, because it has been interesting, really. So right now I'm going to be showing us we were taught to extract, to transform, and to load in Power BL, and it has been we're taught to model here and to create measures and a lot of things to get to this point. This point. Now let me show you my dashboard for after the whole. Can you see? I hope you can see from the cover page.
You have to reshare because you are sharing only Power BI.
Oh, okay. Let me stop sharing and share this again then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's up right now. So the net took us through the whole financial modeling thing, the scenario thing, and everything, and the valuation, business financial valuation, and we got to this point. As we can see from the cover page, things loading. From the cover page, this is a financial model for a shoe manufacturing industry. So from the cover page to the content, look at our dashboard. See what Nene taught me. See what she taught me. Can you see? Can you see how beautiful it is? And it's very amazing. In just 3 months, this is juju, really. I tell you. And she has been so helpful. Today I was able to create another stuff like this. So see my financial. This is financial model we did, from valuation to the assumption to the. It's a whole lot. But with the dashboard, you can see a lot of things here. You can make a decision, good decision here. So today I was able to submit my capstone project, and Nene has been very helpful. Thank you. Shout out to you. I love you, Nene. Thank you very much for this. And really, it's what's joining Tenalytics. I can't keep it. I'll keep shouting everywhere. Tenalytics to the world. Tenalytics to the world. Really, because it's so amazing. 3 months, I can do this. It's not even up to 3 months yet, and I can do this. Wow. No. This is an achievement, I tell you. So thank you very much, Analytics, for giving me this opportunity to learn this. And hopefully my friends on this call are coming in, right? They're going to come in. They're going to come in, and they're going to learn a lot of things. So you guys just go register, just join, pay and join. I tell you, pay and join is worth it. It's worth it, I tell you. So I think that's all I just have to say. I have to make it brief because it's late already. So let me just continue.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bolu. I'm super proud of you. Super happy for you. Thank you very much. Aquari SCN, are you here? Are you with us?
Oh yes. Good evening, Nene.
Good evening. Hi. Is it possible for you to turn on your camera so I can spotlight you? Okay, fantastic. I spotlighted you. Hi. Oh, if your internet isn't fantastic, maybe I can allow you to turn it off.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you can turn it off and go ahead, please. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone on this call. My name is Aquere Sien. I'm still a student with analytics. I'm of the February cohort. I actually came across these wonderful, amazing people, analytics, in one of the Twitter spaces. Being out there to search for where I can build skills and compete globally. It's not all about the Japa syndrome, but it's necessary to look for a more competitive environment and also compete. And I think God ordered my steps to come across analytics. I hope you guys are hearing me. Are you hearing me
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear
clear?
you clearly.
Good. So I
Yes, we
think
can hear you.
God
Listen.
ordered my steps to meet with analytics because all that thank you. All that I desire to achieve. I think even internalytics have been exposed in the very few weeks that I've been with them to learn. I've been exposed to a lot of things from problem solving skills, opening my understanding to the fact that number one, as I approach any task to do, I should ask myself, what is the problem here to solve? And the skills I need to apply to solve those problems. As an accountant, it's not all about giving out figures, numbers, and reports. It's at times routine reports. Such jobs will soon become monotonous and you don't even like it anymore. But what I've learned in analytics has made me to, in fact, start loving my job, more than it used to be. From there, we proceeded to Excel, and to be very frank, I thought I knew Excel, but thanks to Analytics and Nene, perhaps I knew some stuff, but those things were not useful. And this class makes me to really understand when people say university education does not prepare the skills that is needed in the workplace. Yes, they teach all of that, but very key things that can help you solve a problem, not there. So in this class, I've been able to see the things I can do with Excel. I knew Excel, but I could not use it. I could not use it to solve problems. I couldn't use it to add value to my organization. We proceeded, we did Power BI, wonderful sessions we had there. See that Excel, you do a lot of things before you can arrive at the dashboard. Power BI just takes you there, bam. And even though my my organization doesn't really use Power BI, but with Excel, I have done a lot. A lot has changed around me because of the things I've learned in Excel. Watch me do it videos have been wonderful. You can't watch those videos and you fail to understand what you need to understand. That video alone can help you to carry out any task that you need to do. In fact, it is not just all those skills, how you can make use of those skills. They brought it up every week. We have a CV reviews session. We have LinkedIn optimization sessions, even how you can arrange your work, all the dashboards, all the projects you have done, how you can store them. In fact, some of us may learn these things, we don't even know what to do with them, but analytics exists, and every day they point you to what the value you can get from this class that we've done. They are always readily available to assist within the class or during classes and after classes. They are always there to assist. The mentorship sessions are always wow. The CV reviews, everything wonderful. I want to say that even with Excel alone, I've built a lot of dashboards, so many dashboards that helps me in my work. I've been a financial controller where I was overseeing finance and strategy. I've been promoted to CFO where I am overseeing finance, strategy, treasury. These are different units that are operating on their own ICT, HR, admin, and a lot come to my table that I need time, and I cannot create more than 24 hours to attend to these things and still be reporting to MD, reporting to the board. But with these skills, not only me, I have put people working under me how to get these reports readable, easy, to make sense, to be easy for communication. I've built it. Let me share my screen briefly to show the few things I've done. Are you there? Are you seeing it? And to also add to this, I've done 2 jobs and I've collected though. In fact, I've collected my money. Nene, I've collected my money
That's
plus
good.
Jara, the money I
I
paid
know
for
I'm going to
3
encourage you
years
guys to
of
get side
training.
business with this. That's fantastic. You can see all these my people. You get side job. You know, come and tell me, oh, Nene, I've got to know. So thank God they're telling me now. That's amazing, amazing. You have made your money
You
back.
don't collect tithes now.
No, it's not collecting tithes, but at least
Oh
let me
yes,
know.
oh
Let
yes,
me
I
know.
have. And
That's amazing. You can see your screen, so you can go ahead to share.
are you seeing my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Have you seen it?
It's just your name showing on the screen. If you want to share
Yeah,
the
maybe
document.
click on your Excel. Click on your Excel. Hi, SN, we can see your screen, but you need to click on your Excel. Hi, SN.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, this is the first model we built. This is part of the classwork we did. Are you seeing the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Hello?
can. Yes, we
Okay.
can.
And this is what we did in class. This is completely interactive, and you can see what happens in this. It was a full financial model that was built from scratch, from assumptions to all the financial statements. Here we did valuation, and we developed this dashboard. Very interactive. As you pick the different years, you see the information, making decision, allowing for ease and decision making. I've also built this dashboard. This is an investment decision by an estate developer. who has put in some money to develop this estate wanted to see on the dashboard what his money would do for him in the next 10 years, because he intends to sell out those housing units and uh, in fact give mortgage for just a period of 10 years. Some will be outright sales. Doing all of this were built in. You can see the performance. You can look at this this last graph will show the money is putting in and the cash flow coming out from that project. You can see it's interactive. If you want to just look at what is happening in 1 year, you will get it right there. You want to see how the investment will be in the first 5 years, you can see it there and you make your decision straight away. This one was done for my office. I did this because MPR, monthly performance review, had always been a big problem. The moment MPR is to come up, activities will almost cease because every staff will be trying to gather data. But with this dashboard and even the MPR session itself will be boring because you'll be seeing numbers here and there and all of that. I quickly developed this one and put forward, and this is what we've been using. The moment each team, I built this for 17 business units that is in my organization, and the moment it comes up, you can see what individual staff is doing. If you want to compare about the other or few staff, you can see what they are doing. This dashboard is interactive. You can equally, this was done to review January, February, March, and Q1 2023. So you can, in this dashboard, say a lot of things. You can see the entire performance of that service unit or business unit. And also, I have call outs here that will tell you how the average team deposit, the key KPIs are account opening, deposit, each channel sales. And when you look at this, you see deposit for the target for the team. This is it, target for the team. You will see average team deposit mobilized. That's what that team has done averagely. It will also spot the best team member and what that team member did in terms of deposit mobilized for that month. This is the month of January. And you also see the worst team member, that is the top and the bottom, and what that worst team member did. And it will also capture the overall best performing staff for that month as far as deposit mobilization is concerned. And if you run to the next month or the next MPR, and if this overall base staff changes, it will equally change. So I've done a lot, and this one I'm currently building it for my capstone project. Tomorrow I'm going to submit this. A lot has happened a lot has changed in the course of my coming in contact with Tenalytics. And I've told my colleagues, those working under me, to prepare and come on board and make work easy for me.
They should make work easy for you. I like that.
Because if I have people that can equally do this all around me, I know my work will be easier. Oh yes. And that means succession, because Nene and Tenalytics are for my money. Like I said, I've made my money already. So now I am enjoying returns. I've broken even. Thank you so much for all of you on the call. Thank you for your listening. And register and join and give value to yourself and to the organization you are working for. God bless you. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you very much, Essayed. That's fantastic. Let me just show you all what's going on in the February chart also. Just some dashboards. I'm just going to scroll up just to a particular aspect and just see what people have been doing, right? Yeah, this February. So let me see. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these are some people's dashboards. So this is the safe foods is what we did in class. So this is Bumi's dashboard, right? This is Tracy's dashboard. Same project, but different people did their own projects by themselves, right? This is SAN. Just showed it. This SAN's dashboard. This is our last class. This is Timitope's dashboard, right? And tomorrow is our capstone presentation. So this is Bolu's dashboard, right? So basically, like I said, Tenalytics is really, really dedicated towards experiential learning, because we understand that it's not I have learned, it's I can do and I have done. Just like what Essence said, Bolu said, Adejoke said, these are things that you can see for yourself, and we focus on value. We focus on value. And if you can put in the effort, we will give it to you back to back. You need responses, you need guidance. We are here for you. We have weekly mentorship sessions, navigating the job market sessions that will boost you, that will encourage you to want to achieve higher. So whatever your career ladder may be, we are here for you. So we had some of them couldn't make it because of time. So just introducing other facilitators that we have. Nene, we also have Teniola, Esther, who also facilitates the financial analytics program. We have Kingsley, also facilitates the financial analytics program. Adeza and Ifemena, you will see their watch video videos and classes with them, watch video videos also through the course of your program. So some of the dashboards we built in class. So this was one of the dashboards we built last year. Analytics Apartments, Quick Link Limited, which is I think it was a retail store, like a supermarket, right? Sales performance for a company. This for a betting company. We did this for a betting company last year, right? Sales dashboard. So all of these things, you are going to do it by yourself, right? I remember with this for a farm, it's analytics farms, it's for a bistro food business. These are the models, how you model revenue modeling, cost of sale modeling, non-current asset modeling, and all. So, like I said, we are very focused on this, and we have a discount that is currently running. The program is currently 320,000 naira, 400 pounds, but there's a discount that gives it for the first 20 people, right? So if you're interested, send a message to Priscilla on the chat room right now. Tell her that you're interested, make payments, and fill this form. So we have different payment platforms that you can use, and make sure you fill this form with evidence of your payment. Do we have questions? Do you have any question? Does anybody have any question? You can raise up your hand, I'll respond. Any questions so far? Okay, Ikpe, hi. I hope I got your name. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. What a wonderful session. Quite insightful. So just to ask, if you have done this program, would you advise, because you have FMVA, you have FP&A, certified FP&A. I think there are a couple of others out there. If one has done this, or if one does this, would you advise to take any of those programs, or what do you think?
You don't need it, right? So everybody has their value proposition, right? And I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to say, oh, don't do this, do this. Get the information on Tenalytics, get the information on all these places, and make your decision. You see that we have more value proposition. Most of these places, they're like Udemy. Literally, what's the difference between FMV and getting a Udemy course? You don't have interaction with facilitators, you don't have anything. We have mentorship sessions, we have CV review sessions, we have LinkedIn optimization sessions that you don't have in other programs. You don't have all of these value propositions. Let me go back to our value proposition again. You have CV review, apart from your classes, learnings, right? You have CV review sessions, you have LinkedIn optimization sessions, we offer recommendation letter and reference letters, right? We provide navigating the job market, US, Canada, UK job markets. right? And also Nigeria, also, right? Or and Africa, right? Just general, we have general and we have specific, right? Job and interview preparation. They're not going to help you to, they're not going to prepare you for your jobs, the jobs that you're applying for. But we have weekly mentorship and career progression sessions. They don't have all of these things, right? We offer freelance, how to get work, how to get freelance jobs that you're doing, you're working, you're living in Nigeria, you're in Forex, you're doing whatever you need to do. We have these sessions, which they don't have. You have live classes, you have dedicated facilitators, dedicated data associates for you that are dedicated to your program, that are dedicated to you. You can't get that. And Analytics Valley, we are a little over 3 years, and we have trained over 40,000 people. That's to show you the kind of value that we offer, right? We offer value. And just like my participants are saying, people are making their money. People have made back their money because of the value. But we don't just think that, oh, this is what you're going to do. We encourage you, instead of you going to do side business and selling things, use these skills you have learned. Have it as a side business. I have someone from the January cohort. Literally, she has made the money that she spent on class, and she has made, in fact, she has made times 2.5 of the money she spent on her program. And she's January cohort. She's currently, I think this week is the last week of her internship. So she literally just finished, and she's just finishing her growth internship. And she has made 2.5 times the money she spent on her program. And this is, so imagine with the rest of the year. And I've had people like that. So it's, what do you want to get out of it? Analytics will help you with everywhere. We are dedicated. We are trying to increase the number of Africans in this space. So whatever we can do to help, we are here for you. So I'm not going to tell you, oh, Analytics is the best, which I know Analytics is the best, right? But with all this information, you can go and make some research and get it and tell and figure out which one you want. But for me, and from what my participants have said, I'll tell you that Analytics is the best option. Is that fine? Behind.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Are there messages in the chat room? Yes. Moredayo. So we currently have two instrumental payments. We had 3 a while back, but it was hard getting balance payments, and we don't want to disturb you. So we don't want to be pressing you down. So that's why we have to just reduce it to 2 payments, right? So 2, 180K and 90,000 for the next month. But you can reach out to Priscilla and let's see if we can get a payment plan for you. However, whatever payment plan we eventually get off for you, you must pay the full payment by the next month. So it's important. That's the only way for you to continue. So that's what I'm saying. So instead of stressing you, let's just do 2 installments. So you can discuss with Priscilla and say, okay, can we split it for you? But you must pay the last payment by the second month. Any other question? So please, it is very essential that when you make payments, you can make payments to the Naira account, UK account, PayPal, Paystack, any account. Ensure that you can send us message on WhatsApp, but please ensure that you upload your payments. It is very important because if you make payments, we receive the money, but we will not know it is you, right? You must register your details so your payments can be confirmed and you can get welcome kit. We have an onboarding session next week, Friday. Class starts on Saturday. So we have an onboarding session next week, Friday. Okay, any other question? Any other question? I think if we have no other question, I think we might be closing. I think we've tried. Thank you very much, everyone. I know some people have left, or their battery is low, right? I really appreciate everyone for staying till this very time. Thank you very much, everyone. And do have an amazing weekend. Bye. Nobody saying bye-bye to me.
Bye, then. Good night.
Good night.
All right, bye, Nene. Have a good night.
See you next week. See you next week. Bye. See you next week. Bye.